we're built to stay. Living for the game, we could play all day.
Step through the velvet, the air's thick with it. Musty carpet, neon lights, yeah, we with it. Miss Pac-Man, running laps on the ghost train. Gallagher patterns burn into my brain pain. Pull up to the street fighter, pick your fate. 1,000 people crowded around a big blue gate. Hand on the joystick, palms getting sweaty. Dragon punch the air, boy, you know why I'm ready. Winner stay on, loser hit the brick. Detroit love, yeah, we keep the rhythm quick.
Quarter in hand, what am I gonna play? Drop that sink, watch the screen, cut the smoke. Back in the arcade, shoulder to shoulder. High score dream is never getting older. Pick so hard, yeah, we're built to stay. Living for the game, we could play all day.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Detroit Love and B Kong.
That's right. What's up, man?
Live, coming to you guys to bring to you the live unboxing of what?
The Wonderland Amusements pinball machine that's been long rumored, awaited, and the wait is finally over. In fact, people are getting these across the country. We're not the first to get these, Carl, but we may be one of the first that's doing this live on YouTube unboxing, which is always like one of the most entertaining, but probably one of the stupidest live content things to do, because you know how long these take. Have you been a part of these live unboxings before? Like, do you like these?
I only watch you do it live because I am not brave enough to do that. Anything can go wrong. Will it go together smoothly, right? Will it fall apart? Will we break something expensive? You just have to tune in to find out, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's going to be fun tonight. So hopefully we'll get under the 2-hour mark is the goal. We're going to talk a little bit about as we're building it. Carl has some potential feedback, some drama shenanigans of what was happening with Spreetail and all the retail folks getting things before the Kickstarter backers. But don't worry, I think they fixed it. And then anything you're hoping to see tonight, Carl, like from the build aspect of it, I'm just curious what you're still most excited about this product, if you are at all, because you canceled.
Well, you know, I was excited about this and still excited about this.
Mhm.
My goal at the start was to make sure that this product came to market. Man, I've been super stoked about this. And once they met their goal so quickly, right? The Kickstarter met its goal within what, 2 minutes? And so once it was there, I said, well, they don't need me anymore, right?
Yeah.
And now people in the background, mainly Michael B, likes to set the rumor that you somehow tricked me into canceling my order
Did it?
so that you
Did
can
it?
get your hands on it.
I was waiting. I wasn't one of those first, like, how many was it? Like 200 people that ordered it at that $800 price point.
Yes,
And I was like, I was
the
kind of
early
FOMO.
bird.
I was kind of early birds. And then when as people started canceling, I was like, all right, FOMO jumped in. I stole Detroit Love spot. And at $7.99, I think as I saw this in person, and I saw what was under the hood, I think this is probably one of the most exciting products to come out in the home arcade community at that price point, because the value at $800, $1,000, I think right now they're charging up to $1,200, but at $800, it costs less than the topper for my Godzilla machine. Like that topper right there was $999 for just some electronics on the top of a pinball machine, and you can have a whole brand new machine. So I think what we're going to look at once you see the playfield, what's under the hood, I still don't know how they're packing all this stuff at that price point. It just kind of makes you wonder the bill of sale and the materials for some of these larger pinball machines. If this is successful and they can actually make it work, the rest of the line, TMNT, the other things you have going on, it could be a good time to meld finally the home arcade market and the expensive pinball market. So you're not FOMO'd yet, Carl? Are you still on the fence?
Absolutely. I am interested in the Turtles one, so I am
Okay.
excited to see the quality of this, the gameplay.
Mhm.
Can they pull it off, right? Because when they came into the market, what, 2024, they were
Mhm.
at the Pinball Expo. You were
Mhm.
there, right?
Yeah, it was just
And
a
you
box.
saw just a box
Mhm.
and the ideal that they could bring a under $1,000 mechanical pinball to life, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody was excited, like, can it be done? A lot of people were
Can it be done?
skeptical.
Yeah.
They launched a Kickstarter, successful, and then they came out with a bold guarantee, right? They
Yes.
said, we will guarantee, right? Guarantee They said we would guarantee that in 12 months you would get this thing in your house. Otherwise, we'll give you all your money back. Which with
Hmm.
a Kickstarter, you don't have to do that, right? Kickstarter,
Hmm.
they can run away with your money and you can not get anything, right? With a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
That's always the risk because it's not a pre-order, it's not a
Hmm.
down payment, it's a pledge, right? And so you want this thing to come to market, and some things that start on Kickstarter do not come to market, right? And so these guys came out with this bold thing to attack the pinball market, the status quo, where
Yep.
typically $5,000 is like the entry point of getting the mechanical
100%.
pinball. And so they've done it, right? They said, what do they want? They want affordable, compact, and tons of fun, right? So we got two of the three. You're gonna put this thing together today and see
Because
if the third element is there, right?
yeah, building it is half the fun, honestly. Like for me, when like the best part about this hobby was all the modding that we used to do, right? And like just all the things that are possible with these machines, because these machines at this price point really do allow the modders of the community to feel good about, making these upgraded if you don't like how it looks or you want to add something. But they packed a lot into the machine, even in terms of the playfield artwork and the side blades. Like it comes more packed than I would say from a whole complete standpoint, just from a high level look standpoint than some of these other machines. Like even art blades and things cost $100 just to add to these larger machines. But the comparison still is like you can't compare $1,000 machine to the $10,000 machine, right? So that's not what we're going to do today. Even though I have full size pinball machines behind me, I'm still going to enjoy the build process because I think an 80% pinball machine at $1,000 is still great for the pinball community for to enjoy this. When more people get their hands on this and this is successful, I want to see a whole line of these, and they really kind of help. What I'm most curious about is how far the code has come along from the pinball community. When a game releases, it usually gets released at about like 60 to 70% code, but it's still playable, right? It's playable. And then as it gets closer to that 1.0, then the gameplay and everything really kicks up. And you're like, oh, this is a really fun game. The early gameplay elements that I saw, it was still super basic, and I'm not sure exactly if it's Jerry or somebody else that was doing the coding on it, but there's supposed to be a day one update. It's going to take 5 minutes for it to update, so I'm really curious to see how that works out. But okay, enough talking. I think there were some questions in the chat. People were saying, I think one person asked, I think it was just literally invented by the 1UP guys. It kind of was. I mean, Jerry is the founder of ThinkUp, which were the designers of Arcade1Up. Have you walked or talked to Jerry much? Like, I think he was on Super Game Room Dudes, right? Like, do you know the history of all that stuff?
Yeah, well, I mean, these aren't hobbyists came together to put this together. This is a
Hmm.
powerhouse of industry veterans.
Yep.
We got Jerry. He's the veteran of Arcade1Up. You have uh, Peter, which I believe
New
was with
Wave.
New Wave Toys, right? We got
Mhm.
Gary. We got Andrews.
Andres. Yep.
Andres. And so all these guys bringing in Arcade1Up, Mattel, Hasbro, New Wave Toys. So they've been in the toy business, they've been in the gaming business, they've been in the home arcade business. And so the concern was they got the smarts, they got the backbone, the manufacturing arm, right, to be able to build these things and make it compact. But do they have the pinball skills, right? And when you talked about the code, that's where people don't know who they have on the team that brings that element. And so that's the question mark for most people, that they are awaiting these things being played in the wild by people, not just marketing type or demo type videos. They want to see real people playing these things in their homes, and that's what the goal is tonight, to get this thing assembled and
That's
to
right.
play this for the
You're
first
right.
time, get it updated, and see where we are. Have they hit a home run with this thing? And I'm excited. I want them to hit it out the park. I want this to be. I want this to change pinball forever and
I
make it
do too.
affordable.
I see I see Peter in the chat too. So Peter has been kind of leading the marketing and getting the responses, and has been doing all the videos of like, hey, this is how you build it. So if you have questions, we do have a rep from Wonderland Pinball in the chat right now. We may even have him come on later if he wants to say hello and maybe walk us through some things if you run into some troubleshooting. But I'm going to get started with this. If you want to make me full screen, Carl, we can keep talking, but I want to get started on this because we've been waiting too long. Because I think my goal, as I mentioned, 2 hours is my target to kind of like have this completely built and set up, and it's already 7:15. So we ready to roll? You ready to
Let's
rock?
do it. All right, so we're gonna
Shotgun
get
with
to
Carl is
the
awesome.
we are going to get to the build aspect of this unboxing. Two boxes, box A and box B, correct?
That's right. So box A is the smaller box, which I believe is the cabinet and the parts. And then box B, I believe, is the playfield. So you probably should unbox them in order, but I just already have this one open. So this is box B. Well packed, flat packed, just like you would see an Arcade1Up typically. And I'm gonna get everything kind of unboxed and organized, move these big boxes out of the way. You can see in my home arcade, I've kind of changed up my home arcade a little bit from the last time people may have seen my tour and things around. I've kind of moved some things around and have really only kept some of my top like arcade machines and pinball machines that I still love to play. So that's still up here in my den. In my garage, I've moved several of my arcades into my garage area. So that's where I have the rest of my arcades, as well as kind of like a workout space. Because Carl, you've been focusing on that body too, and so that's been a new passion, right? Just eating
Yeah,
better, working out, giving that space. Have you been doing
absolutely.
anything else to slim down?
Oh, I've maintained since 2023. I have no problem maintaining the 50 pounds I lost, and
Nice.
I went from XL to small, so have no plans of
Yeah.
going back. All my
Nice.
gaming shirts are all large. I have to put in layers to wear any of my gaming shirts. I have to buy some new ones.
All right, so let me just show you. Box A, my apologies, is the actual playfield. So box A has the playfield inside of it. It has the whole instruction manual. They also do have some videos and a PDF menu to go over everything as well. And it looks like box B is the flat pack stuff for the actual build. So I'm gonna kind of just like take things out and just kind of put them around as much as I can. And then if you have any questions along the way, I just want to make sure we get organized because organization is key to these things because otherwise you don't want things to get lost.
Absolutely. And so while you're doing that, I'm gonna go look into the comments and see what people are asking. Somebody's asking, where's Mrs. Kong? And Mrs.
Ah,
Kong is his mother. So you want Mrs. Kongs are us.
this is right. Thank you for remembering that, Carl. For those that are fans of the channel, Mrs. Kong is my mother. Mrs. Kong's or Us is my wife, and she is enjoying a nice evening on her own because I told her I was live streaming. I was back at it, and she's like, "I'm gonna be out of the house while you do that." So she may make a guest appearance later on, but maybe don't count on it. It's been quite some time since I've actually even brought a new home arcade product into the house, and so we've worked on reimagining our space. In fact, in the arcade where I used to have like all of my arcades and things in here where it was just Paul arcades, one of the things that Mrs. Kong's or Us really wanted back that I had moved out of the house was a couch. So to really support that loving partnership, we invested in a very, very comfortable papasan, which is just cozy enough for two. So for folks that have been in the home arcade space and your significant others might be looking to reclaim space, couches and love chairs are just as expensive as home arcades, and they may go a long way for what you're doing. So, all right, we got a lot of other packages in here in addition to the playfield. So there's some legs and some other things too, but just want to make sure I get that stuff out of the big boxes. And I think you're right. Like, I think I'm still probably one of the most only dumbest people on YouTube that are doing live unboxings because the amount of work it takes to put all this stuff together is just absolutely ridiculous. So I hope we don't have any incidences where things break, but that's part of the fun, right?
Yes. Now your son, he's in bed. I thought you might recruit him to help you with this tonight.
That could be something I would have done in the past, right? But they're also older now and doing their own thing, so I'm letting them have the evening on their own. They can go on their devices while I get things done. So the boxes look like they're nicely labeled RSVP. So funny like that, right? UWX, the Z. We got A, B, C, D. So this is all the screws and parts right there. So everything's kind of labeled on the outside of the boxes, which is kind of nice. I'm just gonna get stuff out of this big box too, which are the panels, and then I can start opening up the small boxes. But then we're gonna get this going.
Yeah. And so you had taken a hiatus from live videos and just YouTube videos in general. So, I thought it was I would play my custom song, Welcome or Back to the Arcade, because you've always had the arcade, but you're back to the arcade videos of making content on YouTube. Are you back for just this one and done, or are you planning to make more
Uh,
videos?
that is a great question. So I looked on my YouTube channel, and the last video I made was a review of a My Arcade product, and that was like 3 months ago. And I did a cameo live stream on Michael B's channel, or actually Super Gamer Dudes with you guys, and that was it. But yeah, the content creator in me, like at the height of it. I'm sorry, I'm just moving big boxes out of the way, so before I jump back into it,
Mhm.
I think every day you would be thinking of like, hey, can I make content? Like, what would be good to make content about? And so I used to have that on my mind. And when you're in a creative space, that used to be like, hey, like that would really fuel the drive to make content. And then once that kind of went away and I wasn't thinking about it like daily and often anymore, I still enjoyed the hobby, but I just didn't have that big desire and need to create content as much as I used to.
Okay.
But I'm hoping to get back into it. There's things that'll bring me back like this and some other things as well.
Okay.
Kind of depends, right? Just comes and goes.
Absolutely. And so this box here, this cabinet is 80% scale, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the ball is a what, 22 millimeter steel ball. So they've had to basically custom build this whole cabinet. And Peter, you can come in anytime you want. You don't have to wait to the end. You don't have to wait to any point. Any point you want to come in, feel free to do that. B did share the link with you, so you are welcomed. But
All right, and
yeah,
I guess if Peter does join, then let me just go through some formal disclaimers, just for all the folks that are like, "You got this for free" because he was covering the Wonderland Pinball stuff. So I did not get this product for free. I am a backer. I was part of that early bird backer group, the first 200. Actually, no, I was one of the people that stole a spot when somebody canceled. I'm pretty sure I took somebody else's early bird spot, not yours, Detroit Love.
well, and
Um,
again, you didn't take anything. We made them available once again by
yes.
pulling out, and that was the beauty of the Kickstarter. Uh, when people backed at a certain level, when they backed out, then that level of pledge was once again available. So it's
Became
just about
available again.
timing.
Yeah.
If
I've
you were
never
able to
seen that
time it,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. So a few people had made out. Now when I pledged originally, I had gotten that deal, and then I also got some upgrades. You know, the 3D
hmm
molded parts. Now, did you get any of the uh, 3D sculptures, or did you stick with the 2D versions of it?
I skipped the 3D sculptures for now, because I know there's a big modding community out there, and
Mhm.
so I was looking forward to seeing what the modding community might come up with in addition to that. So I want to keep it stock for now, and then obviously accessories and upgrades I'm sure would be always available in the future. So I didn't get them right at the start, so that's kind of my take on it. Even when I get like full size pinball machines, I never buy the accessories right away, even though sometimes they're available, like an older machine. I usually
Right.
just try to stick with it, and then all right, I want to see what it looks like, and then I might even have my own upgrade or topper or thing. Like I saw some people. I mean, Alice in Wonderland is a big property, right? So it may not even just be like instead of the topper that they have with the Cheshire Cat. I think some people are coming out with their own like illuminated signs and things.
Hmm.
So that was pretty cool. All right, I want to take a first look at the side panel, the production version of it, just to kind of give a little sense for folks. Um, what it looks like and the quality of this. I am carefully peeling the tape that got stuck on the side. I think my my one early complaint of the print on the side is I don't know how like scratch resistant the actual panel is gonna be. Like it's super shiny and it's nice, but I remember like the print artwork kind of being like this paper print, and so I'm curious about the longevity of it kind of being scratch resistant. I mean, it feels good. I don't know how like what type of vinyl they use or if it's like a paper backing, but it looks really clean. I mean, they always do a good job of packing these. I personally always like the chrome, especially like when they did the chrome on the Arcade1Up pinball machines.
Hmm.
And oh, okay, so this is the side art blade. They already had the side art blade printed on here, and it is like this quality is so much better. Like this artwork right here, I think before it was like a piece of paper sticker, but this is almost like laminated into here. Like I can't even like pull it or put my finger up underneath it. It's like they put the paper on and then they almost spray painted a clear coat over it to kind of like seal it in. So that's kind of cool.
Now this piece here,
Yeah.
this particular artwork you're looking there, you wouldn't be able to see that from the outside, correct?
No, this is the inside of the cabinet. So the playfield would be here. So this is called a side art blade. So
Oh,
you
okay.
will
As you're
see
looking,
this on the side of the cabinet because here's the outside button.
I
So
got you.
yeah, and on most Stern pinball machines, like this side blade is blank, and then you have to pay $200 or $100 just to buy artwork for that. And then the
Okay.
artwork on both sides is different. So they have a different artwork scene on the other side, which is really cool. So from an art package standpoint, if you're an Alice fan, this is pretty freaking cool. And you know, I don't know, do you remember playing the Dutch pinball Alice in Wonderland at
No, I
Pinball
haven't.
Expo?
I have never got to play that.
Okay, yeah,
But this is artwork by Carlos Mendoza the third.
correct. Yeah.
He's a former artist for the Spirit Halloween. Now,
Hmm.
he did the Spirit Halloween, and the first rendition that he did of Alice, we didn't quite like that version, right? She was a little
Yeah, like
dark,
yeah, his a
and
little
so
bit like yeah,
they
exactly.
lightened
Needed
it
some
up.
color on the face.
Oh, the cat looks awesome there.
Yeah, it looks really good. And so different art baits on both sides. The art on the inside is really good. To be determined, like I don't want to go through a scratch test and be like, I want to see if this can get scratched. But it feels decent so far. And like I was looking to see if there was any scratches as it came out of the packaging because you know it was a little dinged up. But everything looks good. You know, there's even this right here over this is where your hand's gonna be. They put a protective film layer specifically so the area won't get scratched. So this is additional film, and then there's a little piece of plastic here. So sometimes they'll
Nice.
do kind of like side art blades and things too.
Yeah, that's
So
great
that's
because
kind of cool.
people are inevitably are going to have oils
Gonna rub
and
that
things
off.
on their
Yeah.
hands, and so
All
that's
right.
great that they include that.
But I already see my first area of improvements already. So I'm already thinking about modding this. Okay, so you're a buttons guy, right? You know different buttons and what the micro switches they use. They've used the cheapest clone sandwall button in here because this is just a straight arcade button.
Mhm.
And the thing about this is that it clicks. Now maybe I didn't notice this on my initial kind of review for it, but pinball, like full size pinball machines, the flipper buttons don't click. It's a leaf switch, which means it's an automatic, really fast, like switch to be able to decrease the time it takes for something to click. So this switch needs to be replaced. This is the first mod I'm going to do is to change this to a switch that doesn't have a clicker on it because they sell stand walls like a regular stand wall button like right here that I've bought it on my
Mhm.
machine. You
Mhm.
need that really fast input, especially when you're playing pinball, and I don't want to click to be able to like stop that. So I'm really surprised I didn't catch that on the test versions of that. I would have made that recommendation that these buttons need to be fixed. And either they sell replacement buttons or because I've had buttons where they don't have a clip, but it's just a standwall micro switch in here that you can
Mhm.
replace it with and do that. But does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. And let me
Yeah.
give me 1 second. You're talking about the modders corner, yeah. So that's the beauty that we like about this
Yeah.
home arcade community. People are going to mod these things. They're going to share things. People are going to 3D print things. People are going to make commercial products that'll fit this thing here. So that's what makes any of these products even better because you can then change this to be what you want it to be. And I'm always
Yeah.
excited about that. Let me just take
And so a quick tip for building. So one of the first things I like doing is taking out one of the big panels because then you get a plastic bag and then all your trash can go into the plastic bag. So that's why I grabbed the panel out first because otherwise everything's gonna get super messy. But a clean workspace, D-Love, like makes all that difference, right? Having the right tools
absolutely.
in a space.
Yeah, and with
Yeah.
all these arcade cabinets we have very limited space in here to begin
Yes.
with.
Gotta have that space. All right, so we're gonna do that. So I'm assuming that this big box could be the start of the back box. So we pulled out the playfield and we have the side panels off to the side right now. The instructions say to lay out everything and then we're gonna build the back box first and make sure that's all secure. and then afterwards we're gonna assemble the whole entire playfield and sorry, like the main body, and then we're gonna attach the back box, and lastly we're gonna drop in the playfield after we connect everything. So those are the main steps. Have you watched the installation video, the one that Peter did?
No, I just glanced at it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah. So Peter did if you don't want to sit and watch through this 2 hour stream, sorry, I don't want to make it 5 hours. He made a 5 minute video that kind of goes over the installation tips and tricks. And so I did watch it just to make sure I had the basics down for everything. So I would recommend watching that. That's available on the Wonderland Amusements YouTube channel. You can check it out. But he does a good job of going over some basic tips and tricks, and you can see Peter in action. But here's the nice back glass, and yeah, I remember this going through a few revisions too. You talked about the artwork changing and everything. Do you like the ultimate like final design of this from just an artistic standpoint?
Yeah, I think they did a very good job. I mean, the theme Alice in Wonderland, right, is very colorful, wacky, right? Very memorable characters. So I think they did a good job to represent the theme. Now, someone had a question here. What do you think? What do you think the standard size are for those flippers? If they want to grab some gold leaf switches in advance, do you know what the size is of those flippers?
The standard it looks exactly like a Sandwall button. So it's like it's a Sandwall clone. So it's not even a standard button. I'm almost like curious to pop out the button itself so I can take a look at it. It might be one of those bow lane buttons that Arcade1Up and other people like to use. But I can pop it out and see. It should be easy to pop it out. Let me just see. My first thing, I'm already like breaking it. I'm seeing like, did they glue this button in, or can I just pop this out? Look at me, I'm already gonna break it. We're gonna see. So normally these buttons, you should be able to compress these in and then push it out. But I don't know. Maybe I would need like a little screwdriver or something. I'm already gonna like mess this up and push it out.
Yeah, I mean we can do it. I mean you already got 2 hours left to go, so.
All right, let me just see if I can. I'm just looking at it. Is a bow lane. I'm looking at the little like thing right there. So that's the brand of it. If you look for a Sandwall button, like a legit Sandwall button, that's what you can pop out and put in here directly. So I have a bunch of Sandwalls. I'm probably gonna pop that out and put that in there. So it will reduce. Can you hear that? Do you hear that clicking?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is not a good sound in pinball.
Yeah. Even the ALP doesn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So like leaf switches, you need leaf switches on pinball machines. If you open up the inside of a pinball machine, yeah, they use full-on leaf switches. So that could be a future module. All right, so we're looking at the back glass. We got to peel off that plastic protective film, but it's looking good. The back side of it has that like clear matte finish, so it should shine and look pretty bright when it pops. So that's pretty nice. The only thing that would have made that better if they did like a reverse double printed, but don't need to do all the things. All right, let's start unwrapping all the different things so we can have it laid out. Other things and adjustments they've made since those early production models is the front panel as well. So the front panel was changed from like white to black. So I think this is looking pretty nice. There's a
much better
big old D-pad, those same little Sandwall buttons right here, but these don't matter, right? These are just clicking buttons to be able to, get into the main menu. They did a really interesting thing with the power switch though, right? And so this up and down here is the volume rocker. So this is a volume rocker and this is a power switch. So it's a really nice hefty like off-on switch. It's not one of those, I think originally they had one of those Arcade1Up switches where you just press it to the left. This worries me still though. Having an on and off switch on the front of a cabinet for a kid or somebody that's just walking up to this, boom, right? They can turn this off immediately versus it's normally hidden on a real full-size pinball machine. So they do have a inlet module switch on the back that still powers on the main supply, and then it turns off and on, but still having this here could be a concern if you have little ones, but just something that they still included.
Yes, I think that's going to be like the second mod that people do is to relocate that down under the Yes.
Yeah, just to have like a completely hidden away, like off and on switch for people so they don't just jump. But for anybody that has a home arcade though, like if you have a 1-up or something, the off and on switch is on it. So I think they were just thinking more like in lines of that, making it very accessible and easy. But it's not bad. It's a better quality switch than just a standard 1-up switch. So I do like that. And I guess the only thing that's kind of missing is, this doesn't say like volume knob, and there's like this giant D-pad on here, which is kind of cool. So kind of take that for what it is. There's the backside of the micro, just the controller board. So pretty simple, but that's the front. I know they changed some things there. And we're gonna get to building the backboard in just a second. So many things, but I'm still impressed that they packed everything in and flat packed this. Like they must be flat packing geniuses at this point when they originally like, yeah, like do you mind the 2 boxes that it's coming in for consumers?
Yeah, well, I mean, our ALPs came that way as well, two
Yep.
boxes. I think the biggest issue with the box is that people were getting one without the other and have a long
Mm-hmm.
delay between it. And so obviously, when they're being shipped separately, that presents an issue where one might come up missing or be delayed or misplaced. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So people would rather get both of them at one time,
Yeah,
but that's not the case. But as
that's
long as you
true.
get them both and they're not damaged, then it's a win. So
Yeah, and for me, just for folks, like people were talking about them being shipped via FedEx, and so I got one via FedEx, and then the other package came through a company called On Track. So they even did 2 different shipping vendors just to get them out on time. So I don't know if that was the Spreetail distribution partners or if they were both supposed to come from FedEx. So that kind of made it a little bit extra confusing. I know the Kickstarter and Peter and the Wonderland Amusements team were sending out tracking numbers for folks, and so um, at first I didn't even realize that there was different carriers. So I was like, oh, my second box isn't even showing up in the FedEx system. And then I had to check the email that said it was coming from OnTrack. And I was like, oh, okay. So and once I checked it, it was fine. They delivered it just fine. But they'll come out on your porch. And for folks that have FedEx, downloading the FedEx app, because especially if you don't get notifications, people were getting notifications through their FedEx app. As long as you register an account and you register your address, if any shipment's being shipped to you, you will get a notification. So that's kind of nice.
absolutely. And so while
Yeah.
you're pulling it out, I'm just going to bring up this overlay here and just show
Yep.
some of the toy upgrades that people were able to get. Um, and I believe I had gotten the Mad Hatter in my initial pledge. I didn't do the plunger, but here I'm showing the gold plunger, the keyhole, um, and the cat here. So I think these 3D sculpture ones definitely is going to take the table to the next level. So that was definitely something that I was interested in getting. How about you guys in the chat? Those who purchased or pledged for the table, did you guys get any upgrades? Are you just waiting for see what happens in the third party market? Let me know in the comments.
Did you say the next level? I mean, that means you just owe me like $5 right there. You just used that term. So yeah, I missed that. I actually do miss doing like a weekly show. There are some times where I'm like, oh, it'd be fun to go live. But at the same time, I'm also like, it's kind of nice to not have that. Don't forget, like, don't throw away boxes because this one was so light. I was like, there's nothing in here. And then I saw like there was a little letter on the box, and I was like, oh, there's something in here. It's just a tiny little piece. So make sure you don't throw away parts and pieces before you finish your build. But yeah, I was saying like Thursdays used to be my day, and now you can watch Thursday streams. I don't even know who's streaming on which days anymore, but you know who's the longest running home arcade YouTube show that's still going on to this day?
Who might that be?
Um, these 4 dudes that really don't have anything better to do on Friday nights. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with the longevity these guys have had. So, is that impressive to you? How long you guys have been doing it?
Yeah, and and I talk about that. I don't even remember how we even got together. It's been so long now, but I obviously been doing my show since 2018. Started off with the Street Fighter, which a lot of us did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and but yeah, it's always fun on Friday nights, man, to kick it with the guys. Um, and people enjoy coming back and hanging out with us, no matter what we're talking about. And Now we've had a couple of guys on hiatus, and we've been filling in. You filled in once, and we appreciate that. As always, it's always great when we can have you on.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
but yeah,
And for folks
Super
that are
Game Room
just
dudes, man, it's fun to do.
I agree, and there may be people that are on my channel that might not know, but if you aren't already subscribed to Detroit Love, Carl, my co-host right here, or the Super Game Room dudes, I highly encourage you guys checking it out. They have a good variety of content. You guys just don't do home arcade stuff. You guys really do talk about all things gaming. And do you still have your retro section as well that you talk about some of your highlights? That
Yeah,
one that
every
you
now and
do?
then,
Yeah.
it just all depends on if it's a slow news week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll bring that in. Um, so we did have someone talking about the sculpture. So let me look at that. Still needs an update on the doorknob, shooter rod, but yes, I ordered the 3D sculpture pack. Awesome. Oh, I got my playing cards delivered today. My playing cards is scheduled for Thursday, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, you ordered the playing cards still, even so
Absolutely.
that's what you backed?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely wanted to contribute and back this project for certain. Um, got sculptures and the topper coming tomorrow. That's pretty cool.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, of course. Yes, Scott. There's a lot of pieces to put together.
There are a lot, and so this is not for the faint of heart. I mean, there is quite a number of pieces beyond just your typical one up, but it's not going to be super hard. Like this is just the it just takes time to be able to take everything out and put it together. But once the process starts to build, you'll see it very similar to one ups. There's going to be dowels to be able to hold pieces together. You're going to screw some pieces in. And then once you're done, all the accessories, like these are the 3D printed sculpts, like the castle and things, we're going to put those in
Mhm.
at the end. So those are put in separately, which is nice. Oh, that was a nice dunk. What was that? Oh, that was the Alice Goes to Wonderland. Oh, it's the
A coin?
Kickstarter MHC 450. I don't know if that's like the limited edition number, but it says it's a Kickstarter plaque thing there. That's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, that
Nice. I
is
wonder if
cool.
those are actually numbered. I'm
So
always a
rubber,
sucker for like being one of the first and limited edition things. Go ahead.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, Rubberman said he did order the 3D sculptures and they're on the way. However, he has not received the email for the actual pinball machine just yet. Um, Daniel says, and my unit is on the same day. Wait, I guess he said something previously. Got sculptures and toppers coming tomorrow, and my unit all on the same day, with the sculptures and toppers same day tomorrow. Uh,
I'm gonna take the whole first hour just unboxing the parts, and then we're gonna get building right when it gets to my 8 o'clock hour. Don't worry, the build is gonna happen very soon, and it's gonna be super fast after that. Like once you're organized and know everything, should be a piece of cake. So people are like, "Oh man, 45 minutes in, I'm still unboxing this like parts and things," but it's a lot.
yep.
It's good. I mean, they have to, right? I'd rather be more packed with stuff and safely delivered than it being kind of like fast to unopened. So I don't mind this process at all. Like, do
Yeah,
you
I'm
enjoy
waiting.
the build process?
Absolutely, I'm waiting to see this playfield.
Yeah, yeah, the
That's
playfield,
what I'm
that's
looking
gonna be
forward to.
fun to take a look at. Okay, let's take a look at some of the accessories that came out, just because like they're already here and I need to take them out of their little boxes and things.
Okay.
But let's see. I know people were saying, I'm curious about the caterpillar. That was one of the things that people are like, oh, the caterpillar art looked kind of funny on there. So here's the final sculpt of the production caterpillar. So
Okay.
there it is, looking pretty clean. It's like kind of this PVC rubber y feeling, but it has like it actually painted glasses at the very least. And this part is painted, and this is kind of
The
nice.
pipe.
So yeah, it's not bad. They could also maybe add more detail. So that could be something that people wanted to paint on their own if they wanted to. Um, I really like the mushroom cap bumpers. Like I thought that was a super cool, fun little thing. So
Yeah.
I mean, pre-printed mushroom cap bumpers that are just gonna pop on, which are really nice. The 3D upgrades. There was an upgraded Cheshire Cat, right? Or is
Yes.
that something different? Okay,
Nope. That was available.
that was one of them. So this is the
Right.
acrylic version, right? But I think there's a 3D printed one. And one
Yeah.
of the cool things that they're trying to make it really accessible is that these are what's called like JST connectors. They're very simple connectors that you would use for an encoder button. So they're making it very easy and accessible to like plug these in and replace them if anything happens with those. Um, yeah, and then I don't know if they've talked much about replacement part warranty because obviously people are just getting machines. But what are your thoughts on if something does break and like what would be the best case scenario for people to, get service and support in your opinion?
Well, I believe was it Spreetail? Spreetail said they have all the parts, and
Oh, do
they're
they? Okay,
yes, and they're going to be available day
nice.
one to order.
Nice. That's good to know. Good to know. All right, so those are all the small accessories, and the biggest quote unquote toy accessory, because that's what they call it in the pinball world, whether the toys and mechs, um, is this nicely printed castle. So it's molded, nicely done there. You got the Queen of Hearts there. Oh, that I think that Queen of Hearts image is one of the first times I've seen it that clear. In the past, when I've seen the production or the pre-production ones, it was kind of blurry, so I've never
Uh-huh.
seen what that full artwork looks like. But it's supposed to light up too, which is really cool. It looks like even the soldiers, the card soldiers, are nice and crisp and clear as well, so you can see some detailed artwork on them. So yeah, it's looking much better. I know that I think there was a piece that came off easily last time, like these parts were popping off, but this feels solid. I mean, this is all plastic mold injection and everything's already pre put together. So this is just going to plug in to light up the castle. It's going to sit down and then you're just going to screw in a piece or two. But they've done a much better job. Again, from the pre-production that was 3D printed to this version, even these like little castle tops are like kind of this matte finish. It's like it's molded in gray plastic. This part is painted. There's a sticker here. These hearts are painted, right? Like this could have been a sticker, but the fact that they're actually molding this, painting it in different parts, it's pretty decent in my opinion for again an $800 machine. Like again, I still don't know how they're doing it. It still astounds me. Like the detail on all these things. Like look how much printing stuff is on this stuff. Like I've seen toys that have less things that cost more.
Absolutely. And so that's a good segue into my next graphic, and that is the
Off
Queen of.
with their heads! Forward, march! The deep dive, eBay drama.
Yeah, so we talk about the eBay drama. Spreetail received their own shipment of cabinets, and they had put up an eBay listing for $999, so under the $1,000 promise is still there, and with free shipping. So for people who did not back, that is a fantastic offer, right, B?
I think so. I mean, if you go to the Wonderland Pinball website, they're actually selling theirs in stock for $1,200 right now. So it's at
Right.
$199.99 direct from the manufacturer. So it was still a cheaper price than what retail is.
Yeah, and so the drama obviously was that people they were made for sale, and people were like, "Hey, if people order those, they're going to be able to get theirs before we even get ours because we haven't gotten our shipping notices and things like that." And so people were concerned, but it looked like Wonderland Amusement stepped in and said, "Hey, can you guys just hold off on making those things available, shipping those things, so that people that made this project possible." To be able to get theirs first, and look like they worked that out and saved the day for people, because that's a little frustrating, right? You pledge, and then you're waiting for it, and then someone just walks in on the 11th day, right, and at the final hour, and gets theirs um, lower than manufacturer retail suggested retail price, and then possibly get theirs before you. That's always the worry when you pre-order. This wasn't a
Yeah.
pre-order, but obviously even when you pre-order and then people go into Best Buy and pick up something you've been waiting and you still don't have your pre-order. So people get pretty
Yeah.
upset about that.
I agree.
Um,
It's not a great feeling, but it's hard to control, right? Because I think
right.
even pre-orders and Kickstarters in general, I don't think they ever still like guarantee you'll be the first to get it. And so, but it's just a bad look and doesn't make you feel good as a consumer and a customer that was an early backer and supporter, right? I think
Right.
when a company says they are listening to the community and they're so tight, and the home arcade companies have such a pulse of a community. Like if something's wrong, they hear about it real quick, and maybe other communities will too. But the fact that they're able to listen to that feedback almost immediately and get something changed was a nice little win. You know, it's just one of those things where they may have been putting some blame on the retailer, like retail or whatnot, but the fact that they were able to get it corrected and some of the pre-order folks or like the Kickstarter folks were receiving them, at least within a day or two, right? So it wasn't like a super long wait. I think that makes people feel better. But I'm curious if the boxes they're shipping, because the boxes themselves, the big box A and B, they said it said
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter on it, right?
Right.
So do we know if those eBay ones were like extra Kickstarter packages? Like I don't know if they've made a different retail packaging yet, right? Do you know?
Yeah, yeah. Based on the I forget the name of the
Hmm.
podcast that the Spreetail guy was on.
Hmm.
Um,
Arcade
he
Insiders.
yeah, Arcade
Mhm.
Insiders, correct. He mentioned that their shipment was a totally different shipment, so I
Mhm.
wouldn't think that those would say Kickstarter on them. Um,
Okay. So they're more the retail packaging.
right, right. So
Yeah.
I believe there's going
Okay.
to be retail, and he did say he had his shipment for I don't know almost a month or so, or
Oh,
several
I see.
weeks. So
Hmm.
so he was already holding off. I mean, when you're in the business to make money, right? You want to make money, and when you
Right.
spend money to make money, and you got things sitting in the warehouse, that's a difficult thing for anyone that's
Yeah.
antsy, especially when there's a huge excitement about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were able to correct that and have patience on their end and be willing to do that because they didn't have to do that, right?
Yeah.
They
Exactly.
purchased those things. They are a partner for them. So I think it was a good look, not just to the consumer, but also to the
Hmm.
partnership as well, right?
Yeah.
Um, they both need each other, right? Without the
They
product, you
do.
have nothing to
Yeah.
sell. Without the distributor, then it makes harder for you to get your products out. So it's a partnership there that has to work and handshake and work together on this. So they worked out with a resolution. I think that the community as a whole could swallow easily, right? So
Yeah. And then I know Peter's in the chat right now, but for folks that didn't know, they were screaming. One of the issues was there just was no communication about the status of their individual orders was tracking, and people were starting to just get them. So I think Peter was busy over the weekend getting all those numbers out to people. So if you were a Kickstarter backer, I'm pretty sure you should have gotten at least an email that had those numbers on there. Ideally they would have come beforehand, but at least they eventually did come. So okay,
absolutely.
I've unboxed all the main pieces now. I think, except for like the legs and some of the chrome things. I'm gonna save those for later, so I don't want to scuff up the chrome side of things. But I can finally start to screw things together about 55 minutes into this broadcast. I mean, um, is this what you expected? Was it gonna be? You think we're gonna make that 2 hour mark?
It's going to be difficult, but the beautiful thing of it is the people that catch you later, there'll be a fast forward button.
There will be a
They'll get
fast
to it.
forward button. Absolutely. Okay, so these are some plastic pieces as well. I think they are to hide some cords as well, so I'm not quite sure, but I have all the screws. All right, here's the other big thing that people are curious about. Like, what do you think the side panels and everything's made of? Do you think this is the straight MDF, or do you think this is plywood, or what do you think? What do you think?
I don't know, but I would think it's three quarter thickness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would say MDF.
What does that look like?
That's press board. What is that?
It looks like plywood. It looks like kind of pressed, like it's not MDF. There's layers of wood there.
Oh,
So the quality of this definitely feels better than a one up that I would say. So it's
okay.
definitely not MDF. It looks like it's pressed wood. Can you see that? Can you see
Yep, I
the
can
kind
see
of
that.
like pressness? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Got a nice
yeah,
weight to it.
Yeah, it has some nice weight to it, 3/4 scale. Everything's already pre-drilled, but I think that's good. Like compared to this. So that was the back box, right? So
Yeah.
this is MDF. This is
Okay.
the front panel. So I think the side panels are maybe it's a combination of MDF and plywood. I will get to the playfield in just a second, but I'm looking at it now, and I believe it is plywood for the playfield and not an MDF. So that's kind of nice too. Okay. All right. We're in it. Ooh, the balls. Do you want to just take a look at the balls real fast?
That's what she said.
I know you would. All right, so these are your 22 millimeter, 80% scale balls. Now, again, this was an interesting choice from a physics standpoint because I was worried originally that this pinball would feel different because like a normal pinball machine, a full-size pinball machine, you can, like, even if you walk up to the machine, you should know how it flips because it's all standard pinball machines. So there is a physics element that is different. There is some weight to these though, which is kind of nice. But you will adjust very quickly to it. But if you're used to playing a full-size pinball machine, it's going to take a minute. But I always kind of thought, and it's too late to go back on this now. There's 5 pinballs in here that you get.
Okay.
Since this is a custom sized pinball machine with the custom sized ramps and the things, there's a homebrew like pinball community that makes like smaller machines, but they still use standardized parts. Like I always still wonder like if they would have been able to do this size pinball like cabinet, but with like a full size pinball machine. Like I'm just curious, maybe it's just the solenoid power. It wouldn't be able to like flip up a full size pinball machine, but I think that would have made things much easier to use like standard parts that exist in the world of pinball. And what do you think about that? Like they created their whole mini universe of parts that if this company ever goes away, parts won't exist for it anymore, right? Like who sells 80% pinball machines?
Right. And that is the risk there. I mean, when you think about the size and and the pinball itself is basically a missile, right? Getting shot around at these targets and these items and these pieces. That thing can be reckless in any size ball, right?
Yep.
And so yeah, that's my concern too. Is like what's the physics? How is this thing behaving in reality versus our expectation
Mm-hmm.
of that ball, right? So again, I'm curious to see what your thoughts on. You obviously played this before with the same size ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so far the videos I've seen, it didn't seem like it was enough time for the ball to I don't know roll down to it seemed like it was constantly being torpedoed
Mm-hmm.
out
It
and that's what I wasn't able to gauge from the short videos that people have put up so far, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to gauge the physics side of things if you're gonna naturally like have it feel like it's gonna fit with everything. So I do think that once once you get playing with it, like you're not gonna be able to know until you play it, essentially. So it's just one of those things where um, it's gonna be an adjustment, right? So that's all like I can really like recommend for people to don't knock it until you try it, I guess, if you will. Like if you already have
Right.
like an opinion of like how it's gonna flip, it may flip completely different than how you want it to. Okay, I'm looking for a part here. This is C that goes here. There is an official instruction guide, but they don't print one and give it to you. You have to scan this QR code and go to the assembly manual. So I might try and attempt to do this as much as I can. Or Peter, this would be a great time if you came on and maybe you can just verbally tell me which portions are going to go. For me to look through everything and get this going at the same
For
time
sure.
might take a long time. So
Oh my
this would be an
gosh. And you're
excellent
picking
time,
the
Peter.
hardest part. Honestly, when you start the bat box, this is honestly the hardest part. I'll tell you
Is
kind
Peter
of.
on? Are you
Yeah,
there?
I am. Hey,
Yep,
Oh,
Peter's
you're
here.
can you
here.
hear me? Can you hear
I
me?
can
And I
hear
am.
you. Okay, there you
Your,
are.
your volume is a little low, Peter. I don't know if you can increase that at all.
I don't know if it's. Let me see if it's coming through my AirPod or not. Oh, should be, but maybe it's not.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just you're just lower than B's
Let me
volume. Just a little.
check. No, it's on my AirPod.
Okay. Well,
I'll speak up a little bit.
okay.
So I was just starting to say that is
That's the part.
getting
Oh, G
started
is
is
what it is.
probably like the most challenging part,
Mm-hmm.
finding the right part. So you're going to want to line up that groove. That's where the marquee art is going to slide in.
That's right.
And so that's going to be your tip. And I'm going to tell you right now, I covered this in the short video that I made. You want to make sure that you align the speaker panel with that in the correct orientation. I've built
I'll do it upside down.
3 of these now, I think. And I put the last one together and I turned it on and the monitor was upside down. And I was like, and I immediately yelled at Andre. I was like, man, got to come over here and see what they did. Are you sure they QC'd these things? he said, what? I'm like, look at this. The screen's upside down. And then, oh, wait.
It was you.
User error. I mounted it
User
upside down.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. I mean, I think we've all done that. When you assemble
Can I do
things,
that? Can't really.
you find out you did something wrong and you have to go back and undo something. That's always a pain.
And I know that you recommend not using a thing, but for the sake of the video, I've
You
a
do
disclaimer.
you. Do
I've
you,
used the
man.
drill and going to be just using it ever so slightly, but don't drill it super hard. Put it on the lowest setting,
Yeah, put
and
on the lowest setting. Definitely use the
exactly,
setting
Just be
control there.
careful. I mean, like
yeah,
that's all is that's the main thing.
that is the main thing. Agree.
So Peter, while B is putting that together, how
Yeah.
excited are you that these things are finally getting into people's
I
homes? I
mean,
mean, you
like,
had this dream
so
a few years ago that you could do this, get this down to under $1,000, get it scaled down so it don't have to take up people's whole entire room.
right.
You got to guys got to be excited over there.
I mean, so I'm in the great position of only really having to talk about and promote somebody else's incredible work. I mean, obviously, I've been in the room for many conversations about the specifics of how some of the things have happened, but I personally can take zero credit for the product that B's putting together here. I mean, like, it is a phenomenal work of art. My personal opinion, I'm a little biased, not gonna lie, but the whole team for the last 24 hours, as people have been receiving them finally and putting them together, and we're starting to see some early commentary that has been very, very complimentary, and it just feels phenomenal. I mean, you get very anxious when you really kind of put yourself out there. We put ourselves out there. We made this bold prediction, as you were talking about before, a year plus ago, a year and 3 months ago, 4 months ago, that we were going to build this machine. I mean, it was pointed out earlier, like, we showed up to Pinball Expo with an empty black box the first year. We came back last year in October with a functioning machine. I think a lot of people liked what they saw and they were excited for what they saw, but there were still a few detractors. Looking at you, Vic VP. And hey, man, it's cool.
Yeah, and it's
I
nothing
gotta,
wrong with
yeah,
wrong with that. I mean, you
yeah,
can't. There's no one single product that's going to please everybody. That's
100%,
just the reality of human beings, right?
100%.
There's no one woman that's going to please us all. There's no one gadget that's going to please us all, right? There's no amount of money that's going to please us all. You know what I mean?
I could think of a
But
number on that one, but okay.
well, for a short time, all
For
of
a
those
short
things can
time, no,
please
and
us.
then nothing changed. No,
And then
I agree 100%, and that was a dig that was unnecessary. But I mean, I think that the gigantic vast majority of people that came through were like, wow, this is really cool. This is really fun. My favorite part.
This is the part that like always kills me because I'm like,
I love it. Oh, that's the best
deal.
part.
As a guy that still has his plastic on his TV, is like that part
No,
always kills
this is
me. You know?
wrong, B. This is
yeah,
wrong.
and someone has to be the first in anything, right?
Yeah,
Someone has to be
yeah,
the first, and whoever's the first is going to take the blunt of all the critics, all the doubters, even the frustration of I call it the bleeding edge, right? The
yeah.
people that take the risk to be the first consumer of the first thing that's built by someone. There's always going to be hopefully another product, right? And you can build upon that. So
Well, I
anything that
can tell you for
conceivably,
sure there's another product coming
yeah,
because we've
absolutely.
already announced it, but we are doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We
Right,
have,
which I'm extremely excited about that.
we're
And
really excited about it
that
too.
product is going to build on this and get
Yes,
better, right? And then people
yes.
who buy the earliest one like, oh, I wish they had that when mine came out, but you can't get there unless you're here. You know what I mean? You had to start somewhere. You
We
had to
had to start
learn. You had to
somewhere.
develop
You
the tool
it
sets.
costs so much money and time and relationship, juju that you have with the factories to make this thing come together. So one of the things where you could, limit your risk was in the licensing, right? So, you use a public domain IP like Alice that has obviously a lot of, visibility. People know what it is. I'll be honest, we weren't necessarily aware of Dutch Alice prior to deciding on this theme. It was honestly probably embarrassingly late that we realized, like, oh, there's
another pinball machine.
And then we saw it.
You got a built-in competitor already for your
we
team,
saw
right?
it at Expo and we were like, oh yeah, we're not going in that direction. That's cool. We're fine. And that machine, let me be clear, that thing is freaking beautiful. I mean, like, that thing
amazing.
is awesome. And I played it. I know you played it, because we played it together, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal. It is a phenomenal, beautiful machine. If you could be one of the lucky, how many did they make? 500, 1,000?
Yeah, it's a really limited number.
Super limited number, right?
And what was the cost of that?
Oh, 15 grand, I want to say.
Right.
Am I right?
Yeah, it's definitely in the 12,
and
13.
10 years in development through, like, I mean, I read the story about it when I finally learned it. I was like, wow, this is some crazy stuff that's happening. I know I should be looking at the comments here, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, here we go. So did you just pop that up?
Yes.
Okay. So is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles license a go? 100%. Signed, sealed, delivered. We are doing it. It is coming in 2026.
All right.
We will.
I got most of the back box put together. Sorry, keep going.
Look at you. You're rocking.
Yeah.
You took the plastic off. I watched you do it. And did you make sure?
Down? Oh no, that's the correct way. Speaker on the bottom.
That's it. Speaker on the bottom. Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure the speaker is the right way. It says peel protective layer off in this top extra section. So like that should be the right way.
Yeah,
correct?
turn it around and make sure that hole feeding down to the back box is on the bottom, and it is.
Yep.
And these wires are down at the bottom. You did it right. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you for that confirmation. That's always nice. Always super nice before you close something up. Yeah, but that wasn't too bad. It's very, very similar.
Somebody asked about several times, and I know they've been sending a lot of emails about the shooter knob for Alice.
Yes. Yeah. What are you talking about? What's the story?
Can I share a picture here? Is there any way for me to do that?
Yeah.
Wait,
it should
oh my
be.
God, I'm on my phone. I don't think I can do it. Anyway, look, it's done. There was a little mix up, and they didn't know they were supposed to put the shooter knob in with the 3D parts. They thought it was only the replacement for the the mounting part where the shooter knob goes through. The knob itself is done. It was included in the limited edition boxes. So I've seen it. We have them. We now have to get the rest of them, and we're going to send you all those shooter knobs. So
so just to be clear,
yeah,
the people who bought the 3D sculpture pack, they received the lock
the
itself,
base part, the lock part,
but
they
not
didn't get
the
the
plunger.
actual pull knob, the plunger knob.
Right.
It's just a airmail on the. Oh, I love it.
The back box is complete. Again, once we unboxed everything, that literally took less than 10 minutes to put
that was
together.
good. You put that. Well, you're also very good at doing.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
just a puzzle.
You successfully didn't. Didn't trap the wires inside too.
And just make sure that before you pull this off, you gotta soak these wires down through the hole, because there's a little hole from there, and then this is also gonna go into the back box area. So all right,
so we are officially at the 1 hour mark. So
good
you
job.
Have to put some pep in your step.
I'm looking at the comments myself here, where you can. Sorry, you can. I'll try to answer a couple questions. Let's see, and I'm not going in any kind of order. Will TMNT Pinball have a spinning pizza? That is a solid question. Can't answer that question. I do not know. Whoopsies. Oh, it's really bouncing all over the place here. You know what? Detroit Love, pick some.
Yeah.
Here we go. Original design or reissue of an OG? Oh, 100% original design. And we haven't said it yet. but we're about to announce the artist who we have hired to do the artwork for the machine. Am I gonna like trash my own marketing if I say who it is?
Nobody watches my channel or D-Love's channel anyway, so might as well just
Oh,
give them
nice.
exclusive.
That was mean.
I mean, I'm kidding. Everybody watches D-Love, but I haven't been on YouTube for, you know, a good 3 months.
So I'll say this. One of the comic book artists who's well known for his sort of more aggressive style of artwork. If you look at some of the IDW comics, you would know who I'm talking about. He will be doing the artwork for our machine. I really hope it's more just based on an original comic interpretation of TMNT rather than specific cartoons. 100% Cammy, it is in fact based on a comic. Do you guys know who it is? Let's see. Do you suggest playing the volume at a lower level on those? I'm not sure I understand the question. Do you suggest playing the volume at a lower level regularly
with the built-in speakers? Is there an issue if they blast the speakers? I mean, I guess that's what
not that I in fact the opposite. I've tended to need to turn them down, but mostly not to annoy the you know what out of my family. So all right, what will the price be for Turtle's machine? We just had this conversation today. We are aiming to stay right where we are with Alice, even though we'll be paying a royalty. So our goal is to not necessarily have to. There we go, Biggie D.
All right. I got it to the bottom of the playfield now, so I think it's not the actual playfield, but I just want to show this is the power supply. So this is a hefty, beefy 12-volt power supply or 36-volt power supply that kind of like changes out. So don't mess with this. It could shock you if you need to, but it's nice to see that you have a big old power supply in there. This was different before, right? The inlet module switch model. This was different than the original early prototypes,
well,
right?
no, it always had two. It always had two power switches.
Okay.
For sure. So that's on the bottom, and then you have to have that on, obviously, and then you can turn on the front panel.
Yes. So this is in the module switch that you turn on, and then once it's powered on, then you can flip it off and on. But this is like a hard power switch for everything 100%. Too.
Yeah. Right, exactly. And so that's the one, like if you're opening the playfield, I mean, if you weren't just yanking the power plug out, you're at least turning that off. I usually just frankly lean down and pull out the power plug so that I know 100% that I'm not gonna, you know, shock myself. Do you know, and this has already come up, we've had a few tickets on this, you're taking those posts off, B.
These right here?
Those are for shipping. Take those off.
Oh, I was like, I wouldn't have known that. Like,
no, and if you don't take them off, it prevents the playfield from actually
sitting in
correctly.
Oh, so well, this will be helpful. I got to unscrew them from the back. So these are meant to just face it.
It says it in the PDF. There's a little drawing. It says arrows up and like, you know, 4 screws and whatever. And
then you chuck them at people like nunchucks.
Yes, exactly. I just got tracking number for one of the boxes I typed in FedEx, and it shows that it was delivered to Lakewood, Ohio. All right, so here's an embarrassing thing. As you guys know, I personally went and retrieved all the tracking numbers from Spreetail. They had a little hiccup with their system. There's actually 2 columns. It's not worth going into. Anyway, they intended to send everybody tracking numbers as was, you know, you would expect. There was a little snafu with the way the sheet was set up. Anyway, he sent them all to me, and then I created an email and sent them all to you guys. The first email I sent, I bofoed the box B
numbers.
Yeah, I just completely. I did it wrong. I immediately realized somebody sent an email and was like, "Hey, this is going to wherever. That ain't my home." I looked it up on the sheet real quick. I was like, "Oh my God, did they make a mistake?" And I'm like, "Oh no, that mistake was yours truly." So I sent a second email that followed and gave you the correct tracking number for the second box. So yes, I am 100%. There's one there, and this one is from Delray. There's another one down in Delray Beach in Florida. But anyway, so that's why if it says that you got the wrong tracking number and it looked like it was going to somebody else, it's not. It's going to you. However, if your machine doesn't show up, we'll fix it. And send us an email. If you could do this, D-Love, drop in the chat here, support@wonderlandamusements.com. If you have a problem, everybody,
Does that go to your
please.
personal inbox, Peter?
You would think so. To be honest,
Jason,
until
the
this
little
week,
alien,
yes.
can you put the email in the chat for us, please? It was what was it again, Peter?
Support@wonderlandamusements.com.
There you
Sorry,
go. Thank you.
I'm
See,
on my phone. I can't.
yeah, Jason's always on that. Thank you, sir.
Sweet, man. I appreciate it. Completely lost track of the question. Let's see. That happened to me. Got pictures of the pinball delivered, to somebody else's house, and then it shows up an hour later. Yeah, I love it. Right? I mean, this is, manual sometimes is bad. Please consider clicking that thumbs up. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, but you've been able to adjust for like things that have been able to, have issues like the whole Spreetail thing. So I guess from your perspective, is it good or bad from just your company standpoint to be so in tune like with what people are complaining about immediately? Like, is that normal for a company to be able to kind of adjust so
Man,
quickly?
this is a debate, B. This is a debate. I mean, honestly. So I did New Wave Toys prior to this. In fact, I'm back again, but that's a different story.
Sad.
So we can talk about that later. But that was a direct-to-consumer brand, 100%. Like we had a little bit of retail presence, but my experience doing that really kind of just meant you had to lean in, and it was a conversation always. I mean, you're building a direct-to-consumer brand. It's a conversation, and that's the whole point. A1Up was not quite that way, and Wonderland is honestly starting there and probably, will continue there at its core, but there's a whole larger, direct, or a whole larger retailer program that's happening behind it. It's hard to maintain that kind of relationship at that level. So we'll always have this kind of in our DNA of like a regular conversation. It is tough to maintain, no doubt. You guys are all super nice, but not everybody hiding behind the keyboard is, as we know. So, I mean, you takes the goods with the bad. I mean, it's just is how it is.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's a hobby that we like to spend our money on. And you're going to want things to go a certain way, and in life things aren't always going to go that way. But you guys are willing to make the adjustments and correct what you guys thought the experience should be, and that was something that you got to give credit for.
So this is one of the tip thingies in your video where now that I've built almost kind of the shell, there are some brackets to install on these corners right here, right? And so
show it to me.
Just kind of
yes,
right?
yes. So
there's
right
these brackets
now, so those brackets are the ones that the legs will end up screwing into.
Correct.
But it's tough, in my opinion. And I've built a few of them. It's tough to climb in there and like put those screws. This is the most tedious part, I think, of there you go, of putting those in. So
these ones.
I think before you put that last, before you close the cabinet completely, to put those in is easier. I did switch here because go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, I don't have the instructions in front of me, so I don't recommend doing what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of going off from memory and like, oh, I think this screw goes here. So take your time doing this. Don't ever do this live on YouTube. I never recommend it. But this is one of the tips where, oh my goodness.
Yeah, do that. And then I would also say, and I don't know what you did, B, if you took all the parts out of those bags that were labeled, don't do yourself a solid and do not take them all out because
Oh, they're not labeled
you're
afterwards?
gonna get confused.
Oh
And
no,
there's
at
no,
least the pieces are labeled still. Like they have all these things here.
those
Oh,
are.
but
I'm
you're
talking
talking
about
No,
the
about these screws.
hardware. Yes, those.
yes, the
Don't take
hardware
them
in
out
the
of the
bags, B.
bags. Don't take.
Oh,
Keep
I know what
Oh,
goes where.
keep
Don't
the
I
keep
worry.
the
know.
empty
You're
bag. Keep
good.
the empty bag near the parts
Yes, yes.
with
That's
the
my
letter on it.
recommendation. Anyway, is
Yeah.
just keep them nearby. I did switch because I have mine built, and I'm showing it now.
So Peter, someone had a question here, Reverman. B mentioned the difference of the graphics on the outside versus the art blades on the inside.
Oh yeah.
And what do you want to talk? You have anything to offer and
What
share
was the?
about that?
I didn't. The question was like how had it changed from the
Yeah, so it's
first
like it seemed to be a
version that
different. It seemed to be a different method for the way the graphics are.
for the original. So in those original prototypes, yeah. So we're going to get low level manufacturing that I'm probably not going to be able to answer 100% satisfactorily, other than to say we tried 4 different ways of doing it to finally align on this thing. It was a big deal to try to do art on both sides of the wood. That turned out to be like a thing.
It's
And
nice.
yeah, I mean, it came out great. So maybe I'll give everybody a little tour here. I'm also going to give you a little tour of the first mod that I did.
Yeah.
So those lights are...
B, make sure you drinking some water over there.
Oh, thank you. I think I just heard Mrs. Punkers get home, so maybe I'll ask her to bring me a beverage. But I'm making decent time now that we've gotten everything kind of like set up, right? So I think
B,
we're going to
look
be
what
in
I
good
have.
shape for this
Look
year.
what I have in my game room, B.
All right, let me switch over
Can you
here.
see what that is?
Oh, is that the shuffleboard thing?
Yes.
Yeah, is that happening?
It is in a different form. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah, that's not
I
the way it
brought this
was
one home.
before.
Sorry, I have it all covered up now with tools. Not surprising.
All right.
Here was the
So you
first
were going
mod
to
I
show
did.
the first mod you did.
I mounted
Oh, those lights there?
I mounted lights to light
Oh,
the
you put stadium
playfield.
lighting on the bottom side. That's
I
interesting.
did. And we are actually we're making that, and we'll be able to offer it as a
Okay. Yeah,
as an
sometimes
upgrade.
like you'll see pin lighting like maybe up and down the sides to kind of like light it if it's light a bit darker. But you know, at that bottom area do you
Well,
get glare at all? I'm
it's
curious. Like when
not.
you're
That's the
playing.
thing. It's not in your eyes. And I could have. This is just me doing it. I could have recessed it and had even less in my eyes. But it's just mounted on the front there. There's nothing behind there, so there's room for wires and whatnot to be able to go down, and you can put screws in, and it won't mess anything up. I didn't actually put any screws in. That's actually just adhesive on there. But so yeah, that's everybody likes to play pinball in the dark, and I think we talked about this early on. Thank you, Candy. We talked about this early on, B, that it was like not necessarily great for playing in the dark. I have a lot of light in this room where I have mine set up, but even when I turn it off, just for yucks and giggles here.
Now, will it just be
even now when I turn it off
there on the option, or will you offer some different color variants, or maybe one that changes colors?
So they're LEDs. I don't know if we'll go with our RGB LEDs or just sort of a straight one. This particular one that I put in has like power setting or whatever. You can like reduce.
Yeah, I think at the very least it should be dimmable, right? Because that way you don't have to.
This one is dimmable that I put in. I don't think I would do colors to be honest. In fact, I had an earlier version of this in with a cooler Kelvin, like more like a 5 or a 6,000 Kelvin, and it made the colors look better. This one's more like a warm, like a 3,000 or something, maybe a little more, 3,500. And I feel like it doesn't really, it doesn't complement the color as much. Yeah, I hear you. RGB I think is would be good. You can try to do that yourself, Grazer. Like, get the sound activated one. That'd be cool, though. I like it. Somebody said something earlier. Yep, there it is. There's another Cammy pointing out. It'd be cool if it was that. Flipper bats. That was the question. Short answer? No.
No.
I think you could probably put artwork on the top of that if you were so inclined. But these will be black, and they're gonna stay black. And they're not real easy to replace, to be honest. That particular thing is not super easy to change. When will Wonderland release a preview of the TMNT artwork? 19K bucks. I would say that will go next week.
Wow, that's soon.
We have some artwork approved. Right, we do need to respect, obviously, it's licensor, so we've got to make sure that we follow the rules and make sure everything's approved before we show it off. And in this, what's up?
Oh no, somebody was asking if Mrs. Kongs or Us is going to do the stand-in test before you put that together.
I don't know if that's something that people want to see. I don't know if this would survive.
Oh,
have you done any weight testing with this?
No, don't do that.
Well, at least before the legs go on, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Remind me, Peter, do these need to go on at any pace, or is this like for a later thing? Is this for like cable management more than anything?
Hold it closer, please. Those two parts need to go on the bottom, mount on the bottom of the back box.
Okay.
And that other part is a cable management for.
This is a cable management.
That can go on later. I mean, you can put it on now. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But those two need to go. They need to go. So grab that back box and flip it. Yeah, there you go. It's on the bottom, on the leading edge,
like down here.
On the leading edge, yes. But flip them over. Counterintuitive, yes. Nope.
This way.
You want the. I can't quite see it.
Like this.
Yeah, you have like the grooves up, right?
Yeah. So this is the feet for the back box
and the leading edge. So basically, what that is, it's the part where the glass slides up to it.
Mm-hmm.
So like here. So so this edge here
locks the
right.
Glass
so
in.
it pulls the glass up. This is another mistake that I personally made while building this machine. So when it comes up, right,
hold on, let me switch over to you.
Sorry, okay. This angle here will meet the glass as it slides up, and on top of that, right?
Okay.
So if you mount them upside down, it doesn't fit.
All right.
I mean, so you'll see this little edge on the front here wants to be angled like that.
Down. Okay. I think I have it set the right way. Can you make me big again? Just confirm with Mr. Peter.
Let me see.
I left that one alone.
Does that look correct?
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Perfect. This way? All right.
I didn't know you called him Mr. Peter. You know?
Mr. Peter. Oh, look, Mr. Peter.
Do I have years right? Been that. Not the way you're saying it, though. You love.
Okay. All right, we're almost there, people. We're almost there. So we're just going to put the legs on and get the playfield on. And we should be good pretty soon after this. Just let me make sure that this fits into the hole. Is there a certain smaller screw for that one plastic piece? Or is it the same screws?
They're smaller than the D's. Yeah, I think there's something else. Hold on, let me go look. How soon will more plungers be available for those that didn't order them on Kickstarter? Will they come with the base and the rod knob? They come with the base, not the rod. The rod mechanism is kind of you use the one that came with the machine, and then you replace the kind of the lock area, like all the plastic basically you replace, and then the plunger knob itself you change, but everything else is the same. What's happening here? The PCBA has Bluetooth. It could be connected to a Bluetooth boombox mounted inside the cabinet, and that could feel similar to the shaker motor. Sub in my Labyrinth shakes the whole cab. I agree. And if you're
So does the PCB have Bluetooth?
No,
it doesn't.
but if you're a New Wave fan, you could put this in the base. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm like cross-pollinating here. I don't have my second. Oh, you're going very quickly. I can't read my quick.
Oh, no problem. You were just saying he has a second one.
The machine trying for the extras, but not for no, not yet. They should be going. They should have honestly gone all day. I did not receive a new spreadsheet yet. I thought that they solved the problem of sending out the emails. Maybe they didn't, so I'm going to have to get a new spreadsheet from Kevin tomorrow and send that out. Yeah.
Chrome legs. So do you think you guys gonna stick with the chrome theme, or like many pinball machines are moving towards like just plain matte black? But do you guys have a thing for chrome?
I mean, we do like chrome. We liked the look of it. It was very classic. And I think now owning chrome, my personal feeling is I'm constantly wiping it down.
Yeah.
So I don't love that. There are some powder coated options that are coming for variances. What's the word? Anyway, yes, there are different variants that are likely to become available. I got the email. Woo! Nice.
All right. So we're getting the legs on right now, and then we're gonna attach the back box and drop in the playfield, and then we are very, very, very close to being done.
Hey,
so
you gotta put those legs on. Somebody should help you flip that over. It's not like especially heavy. I don't love leaning all the weight.
Yeah, you just don't want to lean the weight on those legs.
Yeah, on those legs. I don't love it. It's not heavy, and it probably would be fine, but still. Oh, man,
but you want to slide it to the side if you are going to do it by yourself, as opposed to the front or back, I would imagine.
Agreed. Yeah, no, I think that's right.
Maybe I will.
How soon will the dust covers be available on the website to purchase? We have to see how many we have left. We didn't make that many because it wasn't actually, to be honest, extremely popular. So I don't know how many we have left. As soon as it is, I'll put it up.
A mystery encoder. No, I gave my early bird up so that B could get his.
Snatched it.
And he took it.
I did. Indeed, I did. And I'm not sad about it, my friend. I'm not sad about it.
I'm glad to hear you're not sad about it. You're working hard for the money here, though.
Yeah.
I didn't see until kind of late this afternoon that you were doing this, B. I honestly should have told you to unpack everything prior to doing it. But that's kind of part of the fun, right? I mean,
people want to see it coming out of the box too, just to kind of see what's there. I mean, we had a good conversation ahead of time, and you being here helps fill in some extra gaps as we talk through this. So I appreciate you spending some time with the folks. But anything else for people that have been giving you feedback, is there anything that you already have in the works for updates? And so there's a day one update to this, right? And then we need to
day one update. So you're gonna and honestly, it's like you don't want to not. It's not like there's an option. Very early on, like yesterday, somebody connected to the server. It didn't quite function. I wrote an email to the developer last night, and who's in a different time zone by a lot. And he made an adjustment, and it now seems to be functioning fine. Dre built a machine last night, and it updated on its own. As soon as you connect to your Wi-Fi, it'll either ask or tell you that there's an update, or you will go to in the menu and choose check for update. So there you go.
Do you know?
Mhm.
Sorry, just a follow-up question for that.
Yeah.
Because many, even the full-size pinball machines, when they release code, it's still like not usually 100% complete. Do you have a percentage of like how close this is to being the final version, and this is just slight tweaks, or is there like more coming in terms of updates and things?
The game you will play is the
Mhm.
game that Jerry designed,
Mhm.
and we will see whether or not there's feedback about things that he wants to do or he doesn't want to do. I mean, he's always very open to hearing what people have to say, and then he makes a decision from there based on what his gut tells him to do.
Got it.
So
And what's possible,
I don't know.
obviously.
Say it again.
Yeah.
I say, and what's possible. His gut could
Oh
want to
yeah,
do it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's got to be
Right. I
within
mean,
limits.
like, you get how quick we're going to. I mean, not that that's an excuse, but you get how quick we're going on to the next one for turtles, and so you want to, it takes time, right? I mean, like, we're not a huge team, so it takes time to design these things. And Jerry does touch everything. Jerry, by the way, does not. No, he does not do the coding. I know that has come up a couple times. No, that's not the case. He writes a Bible, and then there's a programmer who actually writes out the code to match what he has envisioned in his head, and then we all play it, and we get feedback. Jerry agrees with some, doesn't agree with others, and then does what? Oh, he's doing it. Oh my God. And he's doing exactly what we said he shouldn't do there.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
you
do
want
it
to go
on
from the side. Hey, B, you want to lay it down on the side and then
maybe
turn it over from that way.
maybe. He's gonna beast it. Do it.
Oh,
Beast
oh,
it.
okay.
Let's
All
go.
right. He is
It's not that
6 foot.
heavy,
He
honestly.
is
There
6
you
foot.
go. There
6
you
foot.
go. Yeah, that's true. He's tall. Yeah, he got it. For the dust cover, instead of making one that covers it, yeah, I love this idea. Like, basically a huge mouse pad over the top of it. We have talked about this. It's nice. You get to see the whole machine, and yet it keeps your glass clean. I mean, like, I think this is and we've seen other companies have done this. This is not what we did on this one. We may do this for turtles. We may offer this later as an accessory. Meaning, like, it's just a mat that rolls out to cover the top. It's not trying to cover the entire machine. I mean, when you put a topper on, the dust cover doesn't work with the topper. That question has come up many times.
Right. Hey, Peter, I have a question. In your modding, add-ons that you'll make available, are you considering glass replacement?
We're not going to
You're
offer
not sure?
that. It's just too
Yeah.
hard to ship.
Yeah, it's a
However,
risk. It's a huge risk factor, obviously.
I've never done it myself, but from what I understand, this is something that you can take the specs right off you could probably take the actual plex that comes with it
To a local
and
glass maker.
to a local glass guy and have them cut something to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. You'll be getting a lot of shipment because you can't predict what the FedEx driver. I don't want to pick on just FedEx, but
No, well,
what
right. I mean, we
the
know what you mean,
delivering
though.
people are
Yeah,
going to do
yeah,
and handle that.
for sure. I mean, it's heavy, so yeah, that's tough. The Spreetail, the only place we're going to be able to buy these machines. No.
Obviously, we can get them from you directly.
Get them from us directly. There will be all the online marketplaces for the moment. They're going to be managed by our friends at Spreetail. We are working on. We can't hear you, B, if you're talking to us. Oh, he muted intentionally, I think.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
All right,
we can now.
just a quick tip on the back box here. Like, this is that same kind of part that, like, it's a pain in the butt to screw
You're
this
too far
in.
down. We can't see what you're showing.
This right here.
Oh,
Can you see
okay,
it?
there you go. Yeah, I can see it now.
Sorry. Yeah, so this is the kind of bracket that kind of screws the back box into the main
you
thing.
hadn't put it on yet.
I hadn't put it
Okay.
on yet because I wasn't following the instructions. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
was
so
wondering.
you need to make sure this goes in first because there's no way your screwdriver can get in there without
You
it.
need a smaller screwdriver now.
Sorry, man.
I do need a smaller
I
screwdriver.
missed you blasting right by that.
No, that's just me. That's just me going fast without instructions because I never look at instructions. Instructions are for the weak. You just need
Okay.
to
All
trust
right.
your intuition and
For the
guts.
week and for the people who like to do things twice.
I like to do
So
it
Peter,
correctly.
so Peter, what about Sam's Club, Costco? Is a plan for?
This is a club product. I mean, that's how we view it at retail. Like it really
Mhm.
fits a club, like
Right.
and big box generally. Probably not at a Target. Definitely like a Costco, BJ's, a Sam's,
Hmm.
for sure. That's what we like. I can't say 100% that that's where we're going to land, but that's definitely who we're talking to.
Okay.
And then, of course, the online marketplaces, you'll be able to go to Amazon, eBay. I heard you guys hashing the eBay thing. 5 units, people. That look, and you talked about it, and you were right. There was just a misalignment of timing on that.
Hmm.
Kevin didn't do anything wrong. I mean, it just one side of the house didn't talk to the other side of the house. All the stuff was the tracking numbers should have gone out. And then it was like, cool, go. Do you guys remember Harry Potter? Do you remember my favorite is a Tri-Wizard Cup? And is it what's the guy's name who fires the cannon? Do you guys remember the name of the character who fires?
Oh yeah.
Right?
I'm not,
Oh, he's
yeah, I'm
the
not a big Harry Potter.
oh my god. Well,
Harry
anyway,
Potter. Right.
they're starting to go, and Dumbledore's like, okay, ready, set, go. He's gonna say ready, set, go, and on ready, he fires the cannon. And so it's kind of like that. Like he just he went before we were quite ready, and we were trying to mesh it perfectly so that it would go out at the same time. Or right after everybody got their tracking numbers, and then there was a bofo with the way the tracking numbers went out, and then that was a whole thing. So they accidentally turned their eBay listing on, and as soon as we realized it was like, that's terrible. You need to not do that. And fortunately, Kevin was very responsive, and he's like, "Oh, cool, we got you," and he turned it off. And so, yeah, sorry guys, but we know. Not our first Kickstarter rodeo. We understand how it's supposed to work, and it was just a miscue on our part. So, apologies. Can I play with just a playfield box A, or do I need box B2? Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's not all one part in one thing. Yeah,
It's
it
not.
kind of
It's
comes in both
not.
boxes.
I'll tell you, the
Okay.
brain actually is in the back box. That's the real brain. The power distribution and all the communication to the playfield is that gigantic box on the bottom of the playfield. I'm sure there's a technical name for it, which I'm forgetting right now, but you have to have both.
So I'm
Yeah.
Well, I
really
mean,
curious from a flat packing standpoint, who's the flat packing like wizard that like takes this and is like, all right, this is how the box is gonna fit into everything? Because we've seen evolvement over time from that too.
I mean, you ship 4 million arcade machines, you kind of know how to do that,
Kind of
right?
figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting the
Look at
back box
you.
on right
Oh,
now.
look at you. You're ready.
no, no, no.
Don't.
Fox here. No, Fox is saying it's
Yeah.
best to go direct, but obviously there's a price difference between direct and what's possible to be at. You can't control what a retailer is going to sell your product at.
That's
If
what they
they
call
buy
it, a
in volume,
suggested retail price.
right, right. And so
I
I
mean,
wouldn't
we
use
make
the
more
word
money if you
best.
buy it from us,
Right.
but at the same time, we want them to. Did you put all those screws in already?
I did.
B? Okay. And you tighten them?
Yeah.
I'll tell you
We're about to
why.
tighten.
Somebody faked me out the other day, and they just propped it up there, and then they walked away.
Just
And I came
walk
over
away.
and I propped it. Yeah, no, it's not attached.
No, I haven't touched it yet. I was about to.
Oh my God. You're going to
That's
dump it. So
and
somebody walked away and left it like that. And I
didn't
didn't
do
know
anything.
it. And I came over and I flipped the playfield up and
And it
gleaned
just
it again. The
knocked it
whole
over.
thing just went off the back. I was like, okay, who do I have
So
to
these
thank for this?
brackets are the ones that need to go here first, right? Should these screw on first?
What are you doing? What do you have in your hand?
What?
Yeah, we
Look at
can't
the
see your
bracket you
hands.
just showed me in your hand.
You got to put up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit lower. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me take this down real fast.
yeah, you confused me now. I got to look at the PDF too.
I'm pretty sure this
Those
is
are
going to go.
turn to show that
You're
to
not
me
in
in the
view. You're not
camera.
in
We
view.
can't see it.
Right there.
That are supposed to go in the inside corners of the inside of the cabinet. A higher
With the
Like
L
this.
going in or out.
It's like this.
No.
It goes inward.
Those are the corners for the inside of the cabinet.
Oh, those should be inside the cabinet in the corners.
Let me.
No, this is for
I
the.
still can't see it. They don't go there.
They don't.
Oh
Does
wait.
that not go like this?
Maybe it does.
And this
Sorry.
goes right here,
That's what it looks like.
and then that goes.
They sure do fit.
That's not. Hold on. I
should be
know
looking at the
you're
PDF.
confusing me. I gotta like look at the.
I'm pretty sure this is gonna how it's go, and then we're gonna screw that in.
Manual. No, it's not. Hold on.
Hold up.
Alright.
You got the manual.
Yeah, I have the manual here, but I don't think I can
Wonderland.
share it.
Without looking at the manual, I'm like
Canada's-
99% confident this is what it's gonna work like.
Pay down, pay down.
It's gonna come in through here.
Those
It's gonna
brackets,
come in through here.
just they would already have been put on at this point.
I'm confident, Peter. Look,
All right, do it. Just roll. Just do it. You do you. You
yeah,
got it.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna work. Nobody do the B Conjuras method where you just wing it and be like, I think this looks correct because I think it's close. It
You're
should be
faking
good.
me out because normally they would already be on the back box first, and then the back box fits into there. Like, so you kind of did it weird.
Did I?
Yeah.
So like this should have been on the back box. Oh, I put it. I see what you mean. Like I should have
Yes.
attached this onto the back box side of
Yes.
things.
Yes.
Like
yes.
have it coming down from here. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yes. Yes. So on page.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So
Yep.
if this is supposed to go into the back box first, and then you're supposed to stick it on and then put it on. I'm just doing it the opposite way. Don't follow my directions, but it's
I
the same
don't-
thing. I promise.
I also don't.
I think
know
it's probably gonna be
you're
harder to
gonna
screw them onto the
work.
back.
Yeah, you're not gonna
Yeah.
be able because they screw. Where's the step?
Yeah, I can just screw it up instead.
Yeah, up is always harder. That's for certain. Just to get it in.
Silence?
Where are those dumb brackets?
All right, so I should do it the other way.
Yeah,
Is that what you're telling me?
absolutely.
I'm actually. trying to-
Okay, fine. I'll follow the actual instructions.
Yeah, they want to go onto the bottom of the back box first, and that's what screws into those two metal brackets that you put on. That you maybe even did you actually end up putting those metal?
I
brackets
did. Okay.
on the back box.
I get it. I know what I'm supposed to do. Don't worry. Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
good.
So here's
All right, good.
here's the back box. We're going down.
Make sure you put them in
This-
the right.
Yes, they go there.
This is gonna go in like this,
There you go.
and that's gonna come through.
And that goes into the metal part on the inside.
Does that look correct?
The
Ish.
metal. No, it's not like that. Yeah, it's the other way you had it.
Yeah, put it.
So this is gonna come through. Okay.
Oh, sorry. No, they go facing inside, narrower the other way. Yeah, there you go.
This
Just
way?
like that. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We're almost there. It's gonna work.
Is there anybody left in the stream here?
Yeah, 154
Sweet.
Wow.
at an hour and 44 minutes we are at.
Hey, we're gonna definitely make that 2-hour mark. We're very, very close.
Someone suggested that you rename yourself to Be Wrong.
Be wrong.
Be wrong.
No, that's mean.
Well, my old motto when I used to run for school site council and things was you can't go wrong. if you vote for calm.
Oh my goodness.
But in this case scenario, maybe you don't trust what's going on. But we are so close. We are so close. This is almost there. We got the back box on. So this would be so much easier if you just included printed instructions, Peter.
I know.
So,
Well, I mean, I'm with you there. I got you. Oh, whoops! I switched over.
who wants to scan a QR code or watch a 5-minute video with Peter and his arms touching stuff? Nope.
Wow, sounds
All
kind of
right.
hot. I don't know.
All right. Don't worry. We're going back up. We're going back up. All right. It's getting up.
I'm gonna turn this volume down. I'm gonna play a game because.
All right. And now this is going down.
He's been here, done that.
I'm making too much noise.
Okay. So now that's.
Is it rude if I play a game while you're doing that?
No, that's perfect. That's great. Okay. And this is confident. Look,
Oh, I
now
locked the ball immediately.
And so it comes with 5 balls. So obviously there's a multi-ball function.
Yes, so there's like a kind of a manual multi-ball at the top. So when I just did what I just did, there's a little gate up at the top that captures a ball behind it. When you stack up 3 behind it, a sensor tells the solenoid to drop the little gate, and it drops multi-ball, drops the 3 that have stacked up behind the gate down into the playfield. So right up at the top, where that ball just hit, there's 1 in there already. So if I get 2 more up behind it, there's like this little plastic gate, and it'll come down. And again, you'll have, I kind of joke, I call it like poor man's multi-ball, but it's, it's multi-ball. It's fun. Let's see. Also, you can see that my skills have not necessarily improved.
You get to see gameplay before even the goat is done. Nicely done. Well done. All right, so now I'm snipping off some stuff on the side, plugging in the flipper buttons into the nicely color-coded.
Yes, color-coded for sure.
So everything's kind of color-coded down there, if you can kind of see. So you got the
look, I hit a
blue
ramp.
and the green. Plug in here.
No. Oh, boo.
Main power supply is going to soak through to the top.
Do I need to be supervising, or you got this?
I think I'm okay. Although.
All right, so the gray and the black.
Okay, I'm going to drop the playfield in now. That's the next big thing. All right. There it is.
Up that ramp.
Here comes the playfield.
Okay, that's what I've been waiting for. Let me go full screen on you.
Okay.
Get up there. Oh yeah.
All right. You're gonna give us a tour of this before you play?
So now I just hit that ramp twice, and I'm now in a 30-second timer, and every time I hit this ramp again, I'm gonna get 100,000 points. 100% guaranteed I will not get it again because, pressure.
Well, we are.
All right, let's take a look at this playfield, which is
We're gonna
very
take a look at
clean.
the play skill of the playfield first, Peter.
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta stick this.
Oh, I did get it. Yay.
Oh, it's backwards. That's the thing. Make sure you put it in the right way.
I'll have it. That's what she
I
said.
did that every single time. So there's a groove in there. You want to make sure you line up the front edge of that with the groove that's inside.
What's that, about 40 pounds there, B?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. I don't think it's even quite that heavy. There you go.
We're kind of missing the meat of this here.
All right.
I'll show you what.
All right, let's take a tour of this before you.
Okay. The playfield is here and looking really good. I remember before when I was seeing this at con. Like they had like blue film, and so there is some
Yeah,
protective film here, just in the
just a little
little
in those
outline.
corners there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice to kind of like not have everything else all peely, but pretty good. We had mentioned and talked about the wood earlier. So can you talk about like the wood and the quality of this? Like,
So it's
and
3/4
then,
inch ply, well, or
okay.
whatever the closest millimeter is to
Mm-hmm.
3/4. And other, it's a mix, as you were commenting earlier. It's a mix of like
Mm-hmm.
some MDF and some ply, basically ply wherever
Wherever you're screwing
where you would
components.
screw
Mhm.
in, right? Exactly. Wherever you
Mm-hmm.
needed to be able to screw in, it's a ply
Mm-hmm.
a plywood. Everything else is pretty much MDF. But that, I mean, we knew right from the jump that the playfield base itself is going to need to be ply, and then there's art and acrylic on top of that. Been asked the question a bunch of times whether or not you need to wax it. You do not need to wax it.
You do not? Is that something that like is not recommended? Because most playfields do at some point. But I mean, out of the box, there is a little like bendiness to it. Like I don't know if you can see that, but it is flexing because of that. Like that's actually, I would just say, Peter, like, so it's probably like my first concern. If I like move my hand across this, there's like a big warp in the middle of the playfield. Do you see that?
I mean, you can see it on mine that there's a small amount of distance between the top of the ply and the underneath
And the base?
but it has not created any issues whatsoever. So I just took mine off and opened it, and has been no no issues with that as far as gameplay is concerned. Durability, I've had mine for months, and I'm getting down onto the playfield itself, and you can kind of see.
What did you take off, Peter?
Say it again.
Well, you said you took something off.
Oh, I took the glass off so that I could get down into the.
Is yours pressed down too?
A little bit.
Is yours?
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Just a little tiny bit.
Okay. That's I would say like my full size pinball machines do not do that. So that is a little concern. Like because if the ball rolling trajectory is gonna like actually go with the warp of the playfield, like this should have been maybe in a future production, like this needs to be flat and glued completely down flat because this could warp even more. So I mean if somebody's hot or like heat, so that's just a concern. I mean I'll play it in a second, but that's just like my first thing that like I'd want to see this.
Play and see what you think. It's certainly something we can to be made aware of, and if it's an issue that goes forward, we'll obviously address it.
And let's take a look at the underside. So you guys did clean up a lot of this. So this is actually much cleaner than the previous versions that I've seen with all the coils and things. So the coils are just kind of like covered in tape, so you definitely don't want to be touching those at all if ever you're doing maintenance. But they are covered, so it's there. I mean, look at the hardware again for $800. Your own custom brain here with everything too. Lots of all the cables.
So you're
working,
gonna disconnect. So undo that when you get to it. You're gonna undo that.
So let's undo that. Where did my little scissors and things go?
The playfield is on, the acrylic is on top of it. As like a sheet, basically.
I have scissors here. Where did my clippers go?
So you're gonna have to like carefully clip that zip tie.
Yeah, I had clippers somewhere, but
there you go. And then the gray one goes up to the back box, and the white one goes to the front to the control panel.
Okay.
Yep.
So going down into the control panel, so we're connecting this down here. It's like there's another like 4-pin connector that goes to this front side.
There's a black plug there right above the where you plugged in the flippers.
And then this data cable, the black one, is this coming out of this side here?
Wait, what? Did you unplug it?
I think it
No,
might
no,
have
no, no.
changed.
Oh, did it come undone?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's the only one that it goes into, so it goes into this
Yeah,
corner right here.
yeah, and it goes up to the back box.
And then it goes up into the back box. And then this plugs into the back box as well?
Yes, that's the
Yeah,
power
but
that's the power for the marquee.
All right.
Or for the whole brain, basically. So
bring
that's
this
not
little-
really, that's part of the brain, but it's not the whole brain.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, that's gonna go up through that hole in the back box.
Okay. So
And
plug in
then
there.
there's only 2 plugs left there, so you'll be good.
And then there's a power supply little cord. Does that go into the
Yeah.
playfield PCB as well?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just
Sorry,
put that back
which
in.
that the black one goes up. Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh, I don't know why it came undone. Or did
This
you?
is the playfield.
Sorry.
This is from the power supply.
Yes, that's the main power, and it goes up. There's only
Right here.
Well, that'll fit as well.
Yeah. So this goes into the main power supply right there. Okay.
So Peter,
right.
someone was asking, are the speakers a standard size that they could swap out?
I believe they're 4.5 inches. I don't remember now.
Okay.
I forget what the wattage is too. Like, it's actually on the spec on the website.
All right. Almost done. I'm
saying
looking
that.
for
You got 4 minutes, B.
4 minutes to 2 hours. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Oh,
you're
what do
the
we
one that
got?
said 2 hours.
4
Me,
inches. There you go.
Hey guys, make sure you hit that like button on whichever channel you are viewing. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. Definitely check out B Kong if you're on my channel, and if you're on B Kong's channel, definitely check out Detroit Love channel as well.
please do. All right, I was looking for the final screws for the shooter rod because I had not installed the shooter rod yet.
There's 4 screws.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry for the mix-up, guys, on the time, saying 8 versus 10. That was my mistake there.
Oh,
I
good.
blamed
We
it
got
on Chatty.
all the things.
Back together here.
Okay.
And where did I put that? I'll put this back up. So actually what you're seeing now is like kind of an attract mode that's happening on my machine. And that's so if you start a game and then like abandon it, it'll do this like, hey, come back and play with me, please.
Okay. Now, is it music with that
No,
mode?
I don't think
Okay.
so. I think I have it turned down.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's quiet.
Okay. It's just to let you know that you're in mid-game.
You're mid-game if you come back, and you could start it, but you actually have to hit the start button to get it back into playing mode.
Okay.
And if you didn't do that, it will break.
Well, when you say break, you mean it would start over.
Yep. Oh, I unplugged my lights. My lights go out.
Is that you speaking, B, about lights?
Yeah. So
Did
I guess
pin
the last
something?
thing is like there are in the back, Peter, like there's like the cables. These don't. This is the cable management, the hiding thingy, right? That little black thing.
Yeah, the little back. Yes, the kind of like
Yeah.
sleeve. So you mount it with the open groove part facing to the left.
Got it.
Well, it
Okay.
doesn't really matter. You could do it either way.
Well,
that's
his
what,
concern was his lights went off when he put the playfield
No,
down.
I did something. They're just my.
I know. Okay, so yeah, that's what this thing is to cover it. But other than that, like we just need to install the parts, and I think I'm probably going to just turn it on and start the update while I get the parts and things work, everything attached to it, and then see this bad boy in action and seeing how it works out. And
Okay.
I hope this is just me and my paranoia that this isn't going to be an issue. But this is my thing.
Obsessing.
I don't like it. We'll see. We'll see if it
Obsessing.
works out. Okay. All right. Power. Big old power cable. Yeah, nice power supply, so we can get that plugged in and get it
So you can
working.
get it powered up, get connected to Wi-Fi, and let that update kick in.
Yeah. Get it under here. So it was built standing in less than 2 hours. Again, majority of that was actually just unboxing everything.
Yep.
Okay, so we're plugged in. We're switched on the bottom. And then let's turn it on for the first time and see if it powers up. Boop. Ooh, I saw some lights. Very good.
Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you.
Okay.
You knew what you were doing.
Got some stuff going on. I can it's the right side up. And peel off this protective film. Oh, nice.
I love it. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that likes the ASMR-ness of that. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Looking good. Looking good. Got to get that nice microfiber cloth to wipe things down.
Yeah.
I would just give a disclaimer. Oh, I hear the speakers. They feel like kind of nice.
Give me another disclaimer, and that's before you put those balls in, you're gonna need a cloth to clean them off.
Oh yeah, yeah, for
I
sure.
will tell you, they come with some sort of something on them from the factory.
Yeah.
So definitely wipe them off first. Like you would know immediately because they practically stick to the inside of the plastic bag. But
Right.
you definitely need to clean them off
Settings.
first.
We're gonna go to network
And
settings.
just in case it's not 100% clear, I saw a ticket earlier today, and I think somebody put a regular size pinball inside our machine.
Just for funsies?
I don't know. The ball is stuck. I'm like, what size ball did you put in? You can only put in our pinballs because replacing pinballs is obviously not uncommon. So what have you, but you can't just throw in obviously a 27 millimeter pinball. It will not work. And I have, it's pretty clear like how different size these are. This is obviously the smaller one, but it's a little hard to tell. I don't know.
No,
But,
it's obvious. And Peter, I think this has been discussed previously. B was talking about there's other like 3/4 scale, makers that have decided to go with standard size components.
Yeah. All the
It's
homebrew
homebrews.
guys when we were at Expo,
Homegrown.
I mean, like so great stuff there this year, man. It was so cool.
Now, is that something you may consider in a future table or are you going to stick with the? Okay.
No, I mean, unlikely. I think, look, I think you can probably appreciate how much it costs to develop and tool up and make these parts for, tens of thousands of units. So it is highly unlikely.
You've made your bed and you're going to lie in it.
Yeah. And we did flirt with going to 24. I don't know. I want to say at some point in the process, I want to say like in the middle of the summer, we had a lengthy conversation about going from this size to a 24. It's hard to tell in what I'm holding up.
Yeah, you can see the difference.
We liked the fact that like a 24 was heavier. It would feel a little different, and I mean it is heavier. It is.
Will the 24 get stuck?
It does.
Okay.
It does. And we were gonna adjust it, and then just cooler heads prevailed, and we were like, That's a terrible idea to do right now. Let us not do that, and let us deliver this product when we said we were going to deliver it, or as close to that as possible. So let us not make that change. We did have the conversation for a minute. In fact, I have put the 24 in, but and like plugged up the the drain so it wouldn't go down there. But Scooby Doo, where are you? I love Scooby Doo.
So this is not 3/4 scale. This is 80%.
It's not really a scale. I mean, look, here's what happened. When we were trying to describe in the Kickstarter, what is the size of this thing? I'm like, well, let's do the math. 27, 22, that's 81% of the size. Cool, we'll say it's an 80% scale machine, but it's like a terrible way to describe in the end, because it's not 80% shorter. It's a normal height, more or less. It is narrower, it is shorter. The height of the back box is a little shorter, but not dramatically so. So it was just like a shorthand that I adopted to put in the description, but the math doesn't work perfectly in every part. I mean, it just doesn't really. So smaller, is it exactly 81% smaller? I mean, the ball is, or whatever that math would be. I'm not good at math either. 81% of a full size.
Now how does it compare to the 4K by ALP as far as size? Are they identical, or are they close? One's longer, one's narrower.
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Well, I'm sure the community is going to.
But I think you could probably give an opinion on that. I don't know. I don't have one.
Okay.
People have talked about it a fair amount, and I feel like ours is a little bigger, but I could be wrong about that.
What up, P Dubs?
Hey, there he is. Patrick.
New version found. Also, is there two updates, Peter? So it updated once already. Now it says there's a new version, 1.7 detected. So
yeah, you want 1.7 is the last one.
All right. So
once you turn on, do you need to connect Wi-Fi, download the firmware? Yes, you do, Patrick. 100%.
All right, it's doing it again. It's erasing the flash. Do not disconnect the device during this upgrade process. It's flashing the firmware. Okay, so I guess it downloaded it first, restarted, and now it's in the firmware
because I don't want you to get stuck in a loop. I'm hoping that it's just going to pure straight through and just
yeah, I hope so. So doing all the things. So I'm just doing all the final kind of like toy installations and just getting things in, and I'm sure these like screw down officially, right?
That does not. That just is a compression fit on the back. So you want to plug that in first, kind of tip it back so you can align those two posts, and then it just kind of slides on. You'll remember too, I think earlier on, you had to be very careful when you pulled the playfield up. You still kind of need to be careful when you pull the playfield up that you don't catch the top. You can't like yank it straight up. It'll definitely hit the castle. So you're gonna like pull it up and then slide it out and then stand it up. But the other, so that's a compression fit. The Cheshire Cat in the back is there's two screws that mount to the back and a plug for the light.
Yep, that looks taller than the glass.
Okay, firmware has been successfully updated to one version. We'll restart. Okay.
Oh, you just made me so happy.
I think we're good.
And if you guys are curious to see, no pun intended, the upgrades, I'll show you on mine because I have them.
Of like your fancy pants, Cheshire. Like 3D sculpted things.
Yeah. Oh, I turned my machine off. Why did my light go off? What did I do? Did I unplug it?
I just want to get one of these in.
I might have broken it from before. Oh, well, whatever.
Let me know when you I can see down here.
I'm gonna
get settled in
a second. Take this
okay. All right. I'm gonna drop this in, put the thing on. Probably leave the playfield off to do the demo of anything else. But yeah, you're right. That castle is a pretty tight fit.
So there's the 3D bobblehead. This is like a full.
One second, Peter. I got to get you back in the mix here. Okay, there.
So here's the 3D part, and you can see the difference. Like there, if you look at B's, got the flat plex. This is like the 3D.
Hey B, can you put your camera on the sculpture or the 2D,
The Mad
the Mad
Hatter.
Hatter, the Mad Hatter. You can
Yes,
just
You just get a little A/B action happening here. Right.
Yeah.
So they're both
Yeah.
bobbleheads. They both react to the captured ball underneath. So when you hit it, the intent is that that will, create the movement.
Uh-huh.
And then this is the cat in the back, and this is fully sculpted, and his eyes light up. There's a cool part about the original piece that comes, and that's there's a little thing that sticks down from the bottom, and the ball comes by and actually hits the cat and makes him kind of wiggle back and forth. That's missing from the 3D part. Yeah, like that. So the ball will go under. See, there's a little tail that sticks down, and the ball hits it and makes him jiggle, which is kind of cool.
Jiggle, 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 jiggle. All right, we're ready to go and just do some polishing of the balls, drop them in. But firmware's done.
Hey Peter, can
Mhm.
you show the your plunger real quick? But while he's setting up.
I don't have it. That's the one thing I don't have.
Okay.
I do not have the plunger.
Nice and
So you
silver
have the
lockdown
standard-
bar.
I just have the standard one. Sorry,
Okay.
it's the same. Sorry, I walked away too.
No problem.
And the lockdown bar is just kind of a friction fit lockdown bar. So
Yes.
If you want to change your camera, we're missing that B.
yeah. Okay. All right. So here we are. That's that nice chrome, just friction fit. Like if you want to pull this off, it just pulls off, and like there's no other thing to screw it on. It just kind of like sits in there.
I am hoping that you didn't put the glass in yet, right?
Oh, I did not put the glass in.
All right, good. Because I was about to
Yeah,
say,
leave
you still have the balls in your hand.
Leave it.
I've done that so many times. It's embarrassing.
Put the glass in.
I forget
Yeah.
to put the I forget to put the balls in. I put the glass on. I put the lock dart on. And I'm like, oh, right. The balls are still in my pocket.
I'm curious, are the flippers themselves, are they also not standard? Are they like custom size too? Are they
They're
81%
custom size, and I don't
Yeah.
know how they compare to.
to I'm like, hey, yeah, they are smaller, but I'm like, they're not that
I feel
much
like they
smaller.
are, but not that much smaller. So I couldn't. Are they 100%? I can't answer this. Are they 100% standardized in most machines? Are they all the same size?
They are, yeah, the flippers.
Okay.
And like there are
Okay.
some smaller flippers for like a secondary version, but like the main flippers are not the same size. I'm
Hey,
gonna turn off
B.
the lights in my den.
Hey B, where does the Kickstarter badge go?
You
Oh,
can
I don't
put it
know.
Kind of wherever you want. It's just an adhesive, like a 3M adhesive. You could. I think most people honestly probably put it on the front. But you could obviously put it wherever
Yeah,
you
most people
wanted
would
to.
put it like a limited edition thing. I don't know if there's enough
I
space
don't
to like
think
put it
so.
there.
I think they
Maybe
would put it
I don't
on the
know.
front of the
On
control
the
panel.
front.
See, we
Yeah.
already disagree.
What about on the lock bar?
You could put it there too.
Maybe.
Although, yeah, right in the center of the lock bar. Actually, I kind of like that. Yeah.
Could be there too.
Does it fit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a nice spot for it.
This is a nice little. So tell me about this. Are these like actual individually numbered or
Yes.
are they all?
Oh, sorry. The badges. I don't think they are.
Is that
What is
metal? What
MH
is that made of?
What does
What
it
does
say?
MHC 450 stand for?
All right, you're good. It is individually numbered. I didn't think they were. I have one here somewhere.
What does MHC stand for, Peter?
Mad Hatter Collection?
Yes. I don't know.
Maybe?
I'm going to admit I don't know.
Yeah, but I guess it could go good. Like a
That's
nice
good. That
lockdown
looks really nice there.
a little spot
Yeah, that's
Tell us.
the D Love
That looks right
edition.
there. I like
right
it.
there. There's the ass neck right there, right there.
I like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it's kitty cat.
I don't even know what this little piece of paper says. So this little piece of Alex Goes to Wonderland Kickstarter. Remove the liners on the back of the metal plaque. Press it firmly to the pinball machine where you want to place. Recommend to place the metal plaque on location A or B. A is right in front, right here. They say they recommend it right here. And then B, they also recommend it on the back, right above
Nope.
the top of the glass. But I kind of like it on the lockdown bar.
D-Love's
It's like
got it
kind of
right there.
replaces
I
that
think
place.
that's the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
agree.
perfect spot.
I like it.
It's not
That's a
going to
nice
get wear
little
and tear there.
It looks
Mhm,
good.
you
Front
can
and
see it.
center.
And it looks good too. Does that
Yeah.
chrome color match? Ish?
Yeah. Yeah, close
All right,
enough.
Close enough.
All right. We're getting ready. Maybe I can see if I can angle this a little bit more so you guys can see it there.
All right,
Okay,
so we're getting ready for the first flip.
2 hours, 15 minutes.
Well, I think I have a graphic for the first flip here.
Good. All right. So the flipper strength is pretty strong. Liking it.
I think the default is 5 of 10. To be honest, I immediately put mine up to 10.
Mhm.
And I found it very satisfying.
I think I didn't line up the plunger to go through the hole though.
Is it stuck?
What's that?
It's sticking.
Yeah, the I think I need a.
Yeah, you have to adjust a little bit. I can tell you how to fix this.
All right, not bad. So when you're putting the playfield in the plunger, you have to pull it back, and then it has to like sit in here perfectly, because then the plunger needs to like pull back and then go through the hole.
Did you not do that?
There it goes.
Okay.
And
And is the plunger working now?
Yes, it is going. It is
Alright,
working
good.
now.
Okay, good.
All right, there it is. Okay, we're back up, volume's up, and we're ready to plunge. Okay.
This is a very strange.
This is a very strange.
All right, recognize my ball save.
Full screen.
All right, that's ball save 2. All right, don't full plunge because the full plunge goes directly down the hole. Wow, that's terrible.
It won't though. No, it won't, because
There you
if you
go.
go up the other side, there's a little diverter that changes. So the next time you do it, it won't do that.
Yeah,
But we need
okay.
to see the full screen though. D-Love, let's see the whole screen.
Yeah, we're looking at the whole screen.
I'm not. I only see it's 3-way at the moment, isn't it?
No, it's full screen. Hey, chat, you guys see full screen, correct?
Yes, I think so.
Really? Why is
Can you guys
mine
see
not?
it? I see it full screen.
I don't
You
know
must
why
be on mobile and you have your screen rotator or something.
I see it 3. I don't know. For some reason, it's divided into 3 parts. That's just me, I guess. Let me put it on my mind.
All right,
Hey,
new ball. Okay, I'm still on ball 1. Oh no, ball 4. It's a 4-ball game.
hey, Peter, I got a
Should be
selfish
3.
question to ask.
Yes,
That's
sir.
unrelated.
Go ahead.
So now that Arcade1Up is now defunct, do we have a chance of getting the shuffle golf back on the into play?
We've talked about it a little bit, and I can't even answer the question. I mean, is it out of the question 100%? I don't think so. I know why you're asking. Like legally, is it a possibility?
Right.
We haven't discussed that possibility in great detail, honestly.
All right. Well, once you get the Teenage Mutant Ninjas all set, then that's probably needs to be brought back up. And
It was fun. It is fun. I mean, it's a fun game. It was unfortunate how that came to pass.
and if they run out of space for storage of the prototype, I'll be willing to.
You'd be
store it.
willing to like make a little room.
Right.
All right. I'll be sure to let everybody know that Detroit Love has room in his pad for.
How many
I finally
balls are
got
in?
my ninja. It's 5 balls. You said, right? It's how many?
Last
Can
one.
you change
It's
the
3
number of
per
balls from 3
game,
to 5?
but if you
It's a 3-ball game. Okay.
no, it's a 3-ball game, but you can earn extra
Mhm.
extra balls.
Extra
So,
balls. Okay. But I finally got my NBA Jam to my
full screen.
grandson, so I have some space available now.
Why is my mobile? You're right. It is full screen. Okay, never mind. I switched over to my computer.
Now did you level this table off, B?
That
I don't think he did.
I said, did you level the table off?
no, I just let the stock like at the stock level.
Okay.
So, all right, quick impression versus the prior versions. You've had almost more than many people certainly be. You've had the opportunity to play a lot of different versions of this.
Yeah, I've played a good number of them, and like the flipper strength, I think was improved. I think that was the one I was most looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be brutally honest right now, though. The playfield is really jacked up. Like the warpness on this is I can see the ball change path as it rolls down, and so like and I hate to say it, but like if there's other machines like this, like it's
Do it
all
again.
like was that? Can you hear
Put your
me?
hand on it. No, put your
Yes, just
hand
Yeah.
on it so I can
press
probably
down on
see
it.
how much it goes.
Like this, there's a lot of give on this. There's
As
like
much
almost this. There's so much give on this, and like as the ball rolls, it literally changed the path of the ball as it was rolling down the playfield. Like this, if this were like a Stern machine, like a pinball machine that lifts like this from the plywood, it's a defective playfield, and they would replace it. So I'm just giving you that feedback. Like
Yeah.
if there's something to look at, if there's a manufacturing thing, like this almost becomes like it, and now it becomes variable as it rolls down the playfield. It's not flat. So this is a huge concern of mine that this plexi is not attached or glued down properly. It should be completely flat because when it lifts, that becomes a defective playfield from most regular playfields. So that's my
That's a little more than what I was
and it's
showing you
definitely
mine
more
before.
than what yours was doing,
Yeah,
Peter.
yeah. Okay.
you
All
see
right. Fair
you can almost
critique.
see that.
Fair critique.
Yeah. But I mean, the flipper strength, like before, the flipper like wouldn't catch it, and I didn't see that kind of issue. So like that feels good. The rest of the gameplay I think is improved too from the actual like gameplay. I got to get into that, but I just
Mm-hmm.
couldn't not help noticing if you watch the gameplay back, it would roll and then it would kind of just stop and kind of like if it's bulging right here, right? Then if it's rolling, then it's gonna start moving down the sides here. So I don't know.
Right.
I'm just I don't know if there's a fix for it or something like that. And it might be things were too tightened, right? And maybe it can be like I might be able to like unscrew these and see if there's a way to flatten it down. But I don't know if there's like if it's glue.
That's
Maybe you can ask the manufacturer if there's a way to fix it. But I don't know. That would be tough if
okay.
many other people have
Yeah.
the same
Good
issue. But that's a concern. This
quality
much
feedback.
give is there. But the play itself, the build quality, the looks, everything it came together quite nicely. From what I've seen. Remember our original WonderCon issue when we had just a fake screen and there was no screen working? So
That was such
I hope
a
I hope you
oh
fix those
man,
issues and
that
there's no more
was
like screen issues or
that was
things. But
crushing.
So,
Yeah. You
so
were
how
very
does
nice.
the
You were super
solenoids
kind to help me that
sound?
day.
B.
yeah. What's that?
How does the solenoids sound?
Yeah, the solenoids for both the flipper and the pop bumpers are solid. So I mean like they're popping, which is great. I remember there was a popping issue with one of them before, so everything looked like it was popping. I didn't catch the multi-ball. Like I may have to adjust this. Like remember I was telling you, like you kind of have to get used to the physics of it. And it's been a while since I played it, so I
Mm-hmm.
was playing it my first ball like this is how I would normally plunge a full-size pinball machine. And sometimes there's like a
Mm-hmm.
skill shot where like if you full plunge it, it was doing a full loop and then going straight down the
So
drain, right? And
up
so
underneath that, if you look up underneath it, I don't know if you can show it or not, but there's a little diverter thing that rocks back and forth at the top of
at the
that.
top to make it go down.
Yeah, so like if you reach up past the three slots there up at the
Mhm.
top, you'll see
Right here.
up underneath where the
Yeah.
ball rolls. There's a
Yeah,
black
there's a little diverter. I feel
thing
that.
that
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
So now you do once. It wouldn't happen every time. Like now it would up and it would hit that and it would get knocked down into the playfield.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Is there a skill shot?
any questions?
Is there a skill shot?
Yeah, to go up,
Um,
kind of. I mean, it depends on how you.
I think so. Maybe if you do a soft plunge, it might be able to go down this
Soft
lane and
plunge, it will
register
go.
something.
Soft
Yeah.
plunge will go up. You can also do up and then back, not all the way up, and then back it down, and it'll drop into that side scoop right where you were just pointing. Yep.
Oh, okay, down up here.
Yep.
Yeah, and so there is a
Like
ball
a half
walk right up here.
plunge up, and
Mhm.
then it kind of drops down, and then there's the ball walk up at the top. That's
Yeah.
also kind of a skill shot as well.
This question's been answered earlier. There was a error where the doorknob was not shipped with the 3D set, and that's going to be shipped out separately, right, Peter?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I know everybody's like putting in fixes for like warping, so I don't know what that solution would be for that, but let me know in the chat if you guys have had yours and if there's issues. But we may put out a call to see if that's just a my issue thing or if that's something
No,
else's. But
someone already confirmed that someone else had the issue with theirs.
as well,
Again, Peter's did his and his moved, but it didn't
So
move
a
quite.
tiny
The
amount. Yeah,
the surface area that moved on his is much smaller than what yours is
Yeah,
there for
I don't know
certainly.
what's up with
yeah.
that. That's a lot.
It's
Might have
very
been
tight. Like it's almost like
shipping, or
over
I don't know.
tightened. It could be heat from the thing too. Like I don't want to guess like the reasons why, but I mean,
Yeah.
people were saying it should be glued, right? And then if it's tightened, then whatnot. But it's almost like you can see a big bulge from here to here. I'll roll a ball down and see if you can see it.
Yeah.
That helps.
Someone asked earlier if you could just drop a ball from the center and let's see where it rolls or how
I
it.
mean, I think that's not inaccurate. I don't know how to say narrow mags. I see that. All right, so pull that up. So you got to pull it all the way up, B. I don't think you're gonna be able to do it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, pull it up and sit it on the top.
He's got one though.
I got one. Okay. All right. So here's a ball.
Is it all the way down?
If it's
I don't think it's all the way
That
down.
went pretty straight.
well, that's straight from the top. But like if you're going from the side here, it's like it's during gameplay you can kind of like see it.
Well, I mean,
It's hard to
well,
tell.
to be fair,
Yeah.
you want to make sure your table's level first before we can really trust any ball movements, right?
Right, because it could be tipped.
It's hard to tell on a
B,
roll, but like playing it, like I could tell like as it was like falling certain things, it would kind of like it would naturally go out this way versus like coming out this way. So it's
B, we're at 2 hours and 26 minutes. This
Let's
is
go.
definitely a follow-up video you're gonna have to do.
I
Yeah,
will. It will
get
be
your
in my
table,
review.
right? Get your table leveled first to make sure that's out the picture, and then do a little testing of that.
I like what
I would
Jay
definitely
Pace
want to
is
see
saying
that
there
video.
too. Put something in there, maybe sit it overnight, maybe it'll flatten out. Hit it with a heat gun. I mean, no, don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah,
I'm
not
not going to
getting anything.
opine anything. So.
Yeah, there's no fixed options right now. We're just gonna see how it is and see how much. I mean, it's playable. That's the thing, right? Like I can still play it. I can still hit shots and things like that. But I could tell like some of the shots were being somewhat like diverted because of it. So I'll do some more extensive gameplay. I'll test it out. But thank you so much, Detroit Love. Thank you, Peter, for joining. Thank you, folks, for checking this out for a minute. It's been a while since I've done this. 2.5 hours. I don't think is a terrible job. I mean, right?
No, you're filming, you're moving things around.
Yeah.
So before we go, let's just do a community scorecard, and there's just your initial impressions, A through F. Where would you give?
F.
Yeah, A through F.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's tough. I hate being put on the spot immediately. Like it's a first impression score, right? And so
yeah, this is first impression. Obviously, you're going to be able to play it more and get the code. We're just talking about on just your first gut grade based on having spent. I know you're exhausted. You didn't have any water. Your wife didn't bring you any water, so you're
I have a drink. I'm
dehydrated.
looking at it right now. I got to
You know.
stay hydrated. Yeah, I would give it like from the production models, like I would give those kind of in that like C plus, like kind of area. Like this is like a solid maybe like B minus right now. The warp, like if the and that's including the warp playfield. Like if the warp playfield wasn't there, I would be much happier. But like I'm just stuck on that right now, so it's hard for me to come up with a holistic opinion on everything else. I like the build quality. From a build standpoint, it came together much nicely than I expected. Without looking at instructions, it's pretty intuitive, right? I think they did a great job of flat packing it and getting it together. All the cables, and I was really curious because I saw an early version of what was underneath. I remember a year ago, WonderCon, I was like, how are they going to make this clean and not like messy? But the custom PCB inside and just the plug-in like pieces for like literally a build your own pinball machine it's impressive. So from a $1,000 standpoint, again, this topper, that one over there, Godzilla, That's $1,000 topper. That's the thing that I paid $1,000 for some flashing lights and a Godzilla. I modded it because that Godzilla lights up even more. But
Mhm.
that was the grand. This entire thing was a grand. I don't know how this whole thing would be under $1,000 still. That topper for Foo Fighters, that's a $2,000 topper. It's stupid
Jeez.
expensive. Just the cost of like real pinball machine accessories and hardware. This is going to become a much more accessible, price point for people getting into the hobby, and it flips well. The code is going to be decent, especially for those. I do have plans potentially, and I guess we can kind of end on some future things. I was hoping to take this to my local pinball brewery and have some casual folks test it out. And I know this takes it out of the warranty phase because it says home use only, but for the sake of just getting it out there in the public and having more people try it, I'm really curious what casual pinball players would be thinking about this. So look forward to doing maybe a future launch party event and getting some more pinball machines out.
Let's
And
do it.
hopefully we'll be able to work with Peter and the Wonderland team to,
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it. I
support
love
as
it.
well. Thanks
And
again.
your test pilot there obviously is going to be less exposure than a pinball expo would have gotten to their previous one. So I think that's a good test case to put it through. I'm definitely subscribed. Definitely going to be looking forward to your feedback on this. I know the community were eager to get your input because, like Peter said, you are one of the few people that have had extended looks from the empty box to all of the most of the prototypes that have been out there. They definitely value your opinion, your input. So we definitely are excited that you swiped mine from me because you would offer a lot more exposure than I would. I'm just going to shut down for the season because it's going to warm up here soon, right? So,
That's right.
um, and it's always warm and sunny in California, right?
That is it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
hosting. You put a lot of work into this, Carl. So from the fancy thumbnail to all the screens and things and keeping the chat entertained. I appreciate you pushing buttons. And Peter, thanks for joining in. Longer than maybe you hoped to, but this was educational. It was fun. We got
Yeah,
a
it
working
was.
machine up and running. So
I'm
mission
excited.
accomplished.
Thank you for doing it, you guys. I really appreciate you doing all
All
of
right.
that. That was really cool. So thanks a lot.
Thanks,
Awesome.
everybody.
Hosting.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
All
Talk
right,
later.
guys. You guys have a good evening.